But let's get in. I'm gonna add him to our call right now. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna put.
Alrighty.
And now we're getting to the very first America First War with a person on the show. This guy, CWC. I would say add to call. Sorry, 1 second here. Add to call. Okay.
Well, I would say he was probably one of the more serious people in the movement. He seemed to want to focus on IRL activism. For those of you who are unaware, Culture War Criminal was kicked out of the movement, suggesting that maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't spend all day playing video games and should try and actually influence politics. Maybe to go out and knock on some doors or go do something.
Here,
touch grass.
I'm gonna hit create a group DM, so you'll be kicked out. Join the new one, and then we'll start from there. All right, and we're gonna get CWC in here.
Okay. Whoa.
There he is. Whoa, hang on. Let's
hey,
what's
up? Dresser, if there ever was one.
Hey, you know what? I had to dress my best for the casino.
Oh, holy shit.
Be careful. You might turn Beardson on, buddy. Looking like that.
Well, we don't want that. We don't want that.
No.
Thank you guys for bringing me on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being on the show, dude. It's been a while, man. Me and CWC used to be co-hosts of the Kill stream together, and we would see each other almost every single day. Then everything fell apart. Do you want to just?
I know it's been too long, man.
I know, dude. Holy shit! It's fucking surreal to have you on the show here on the new Kino Casino show. But so, do you want to give people just a brief history of yourself and the America First movement and what happened, the whole falling apart and all that stuff, before we get into the actual videos?
Sure. Well, I started doing live streams back in November, right after the election, and we had a lot of success organizing in Orange County, California. There's a lot of energy there, and the theme of my show and my streams was always the IRL aspect. You know, the camaraderie, the people that make up AF. And I actually have a live studio audience here. I got a bunch of my boys here who were excited for this, and they wanted to be here in the studio. So. But yeah, so pretty much I've always prioritized the IRL aspect of it. You know, I'm an extrovert. I'm not the best at streaming. I can't really stream for hours just talking to myself like some people can. But, you know, I always enjoyed my time with AF, and I know there's a lot of good people in it. So it's really a shame what happened, really.
Yeah. So how did that? So I remember, because from what I always remembered, you were always like the activist, always trying to come up with ideas. Like, you had the idea to create a group of people that would help each other find jobs if they were canceled or whatever. Like, you actually went out there and did what had to be done. And I think, if I remember correctly, you were kicked out because you just said, maybe we should just chill on the video gaming a little bit and then try to do actual outside stuff. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean, that's the joke of it is, you know, they said I hate gamers. That's not true. You know, I did a lot of gaming streams and stuff. I simply said that we need to do more to focus on the real world, going outside, making an impact in the community. And ultimately, we want to be bettering ourselves, you know, like people that work together to get each other jobs and make connections, get into politics. That's how you get ahead. And I've seen a lot of potential in AF with all the people that are, I mean, honestly, the young generation, a lot of these young guys are interested in AF, and I see no reason why we shouldn't be actually going out into the community and working with them, because every time we've actually gone out and gone to protests, we've actually been warmly received by the general public. So,
well, no, I'd say the idea that you hate video games. I mean, when you had that Cole Phelps cosplay in Springfield, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, LA Noir.
But I remember you actually taking direct action when there was that monolith that was put out in the desert, and you guys went out there and smashed that fucking monolith, put up a Christian symbol instead, right?
Yeah, we raised a cross.
Yeah,
and that was my first big break. You know, it was Daily Mail, Russia Today, and all of them were talking about it. But that was a lot of fun. You know, it's one thing to look at memes, but to be a part of a meme, to actually drive and take down some gay monolith yourself, I mean, It's fun.
And we have the wrong clip up. We'll pull this up later.
Okay.
When Beardson tries to claim that he's taller than Ryan, which is insane.
Okay.
But we're gonna go into this. So Beardson, my theory behind why Beardson is doing this is he's stressed out from the pressure of fucking up so much optically, and that now he has to feel like he's got to prove himself to Nick. That he's got to, prove his value by being the guard dog of the movement. And that's why he's coming after you. When this shit just comes out of the blue, like the drama was like 6-7 months ago, and he rehashes it for no reason. Why? I think because he's under pressure from his boss, from his master. I'm not sure. But let's listen to him go. And he goes off in quite the childish manner. That's quite the martini you've got there, man. That's quite the fucking drink. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
He's so classy
really is the casino now.
He was ready for the casino too. And whenever you want me to pause, just say pause or just start talking, and I'll make sure I pause it. So here we go. Beardly going off.
How is everybody doing? I need you to love me.
Basketball thing.
Moves his hands there.
Real fast, CWC. Did you watch our Rakeback number 3, the most recent episode?
Of course.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Beardson's, everything he's just been doing lately? It's kind of nuts, no? Or
it's sad, honestly. I feel bad for him,
Wife left him. He doesn't have much left, it's tough.
He's a man at the end of his rope, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Frankly, it's a fate worse than death. Humiliating yourself in front of thousands of people for like a pittance. I don't know why you do that, but
yeah. All right. So, without further ado, here we go.
I need you to love me. I'm ear raping the out of you guys. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. It's Saturday night. I'm still alone. I'm still an incel. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. I gotta go off tonight.
He came out of the incel closet and said he liked vagina again on Wednesday. He's right back at it again, I don't know why. He's got to establish his bona fides with the audience before he tries to throw you to the wolves. No, guys, I swear I'm still a lonely incel loser. We believe you, Beardson.
Yeah.
I don't know what level of optics this is, trying to make yourself look as bad as possible, trying to be as pathetic as possible. It's like prostrating yourself to the audience in this like bizarre. I don't know what it is. Humiliation ritual. Like, was he put up to this?
That's what it is, man. I'm telling you, this is some sort of humiliation ritual every time. I just swear that like the Groiper generals are just sitting in a call, just masturbating to this shit furiously, man. I don't know. I can't speak for it. I've never been a Groiper general, thank God. But
you'd be surprised how many. I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot of serious people in AF, and you'd be surprised. A lot of people that are trying to get work done aren't too fond of what Beardson's doing. All of the years of political activism that have led up to AF. Let's not forget, there's a lot of great men that have been working for this cause for decades, and AF is the next generation of it. But how do you think these grown men feel when they see Beardson doing stuff like this, making a complete mockery of everything?
This is where, like, I didn't initially have a real problem with Nick or America First, but my problem came because Baked Alaska and this fucking idiot kept being optically, and Nick stood by them and praised them constantly when anybody else who did it would be thrown out on their ass. Mm-hmm. And it just blew me away. It's like, and now, like, we've added another element to it where Nick himself does the weird incel LARP thing that's optically. I don't know. It just gets worse and worse all the time. If Nick had just cut these idiots loose at the beginning and brought in serious people, I think Kai, there are some guys there that do genuinely care about politics and have some depth of background in it.
Yeah.
Instead, we have this weird hipster bum from Kentucky and a chameleon snake oil artist in Baked Alaska, and it's just, to me, it's disgusting.
Well, I think it's just like it's like a friendship thing. He said this before Nick said this before about how Beardson was the one who basically helped him. So I think that Nick feels like he's forced to basically bring him along as the guard dog, basically of the movement.
Well, no, but is he in the movement or is he not in the movement? Because he constantly will say, "I'm not in the movement. I'm not political."
I remember like a mere week before he purged me, he was saying, "I'm not AF. I'm just a friend of Nick. I'm not a political guy." But yeah.
All right, we better let this guy go, or we'll never get through this.
I have to go off tonight. I'm gonna start some shit tonight. I'm gonna start some drama tonight. I hope you guys are okay with that. I'm starting some drama tonight. I'm starting some shit tonight. I'm starting some fucking shit. I'm starting some drama tonight. I'm starting some drama. I'm starting some conflict. I'm becoming the bulldog of this movement.
Isn't that what you called him, Ashton?
Yeah.
So
Nick is saying that. Nick has been saying that.
Oh, okay.
That he is the bulldog of the movement, and now Beardson has taken it upon himself. He's letting us know he's the CEO of the movement. He's the guard dog of the bulldog of the movement.
Okay.
He's a big, scary fucking man at 5 foot tall.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. I hate to do it. I hate to do it. This is, I'm lighting a cigarette.
Of course he is.
I don't give a fuck. I'm starting some drama tonight.
All right.
Look, I'm the CEO
What a
of this
great
fucking
role
movement.
model for young men. You know, I'm gonna have
Amazing.
a smoke on stream. I'm gonna drop the N-bomb about 3-4 times to start my show. You know, it's everybody else that's optically needs to be purged.
Yeah,
not me.
What a child. It's amazing. And keep in mind, this man is over a decade older than me. And he has absolutely nothing to show for it besides his Funko Pop collection. Whatever the heck he has going in his background.
CEO of America First. I am the bulldog of America First. And
he's drunk, right?
Oh,
what would I not be if I didn't start a little drama?
He's high on his own supply.
What if I didn't what if I just decided not to do a little gatekeeping in this movement?
Maybe the movement would be successful.
I don't even know if I should do it, but I'm a little drunk and I'm feeling a little frisky. And I feel like I haven't really gate kept in a long time for this movement, for America First.
It's insane. Like,
I am really about to go off in a way that is probably irreversible, but I don't really give a. Can we talk about this, like, remnants of, like, CWC in America First? You care if we talk about that for a minute?
Remnants of CWC.
The remnants.
yeah.
I mean, they're making me out to be like this, Bond villain where I have my tendrils, my goons are infiltrating the movement.
They literally use the word tendrils. Like, he literally says, like, CWC's tendrils are in the movement. Like, he says
sounds
that,
like he's threatened by me, honestly. The way he talks about me, like, 6 months later, he like living rent-free in his head. This man is so pathetic.
He's worried that Nick might come to his senses someday and be like, shit, maybe I should have a serious movement with serious people. Maybe I shouldn't have Bozo the clown as the CEO of this movement. I don't know. It's never going to happen, but you never know. You never know. Maybe Nick will get laid or he'll hit 30 and he'll be introspective, but I don't know.
What are the remnants of you in the movement? Like, what? Is he going to explain it right now?
He's going to try to explain it. I'm not at liberty to divulge everything. But...
Okay.
Of CWC and all those dumb tonight. You care if we talk about that tonight? There is still remnants of this fucking CWC in this movement. Kyle Clifton, Pure Politics, and I hate to say it, 76 Fest. All these are still cool with this CWC, and you still want to cozy up to America First? Really? You're cool with this talking shit about all of us? You're friends with this guy? After all the shit that he talked about America First, about how we don't need, like, he wants to turn our back, he doesn't turn our back on us, and you want to still cozy up to America First, you still want to show up to AFPAC, Pure Politics, you dumb, and you want to cozy up to us? You. This is literally all or nothing. It's about loyalty and respect, and I'm about to go the off on all of these.
You know, I thought that people on the right, especially in the America First movement, were against cancel culture and guilt by association and shit like that. Very interesting how quick he uses those cancellation tactics.
It's ironic, you know. They're doing the same thing that we attacked Charlie Kirk for in the Groyper War back in 2019.
100%, except you're not being purged for being more extreme. You're being purged for being more moderate. Like, it's insane. Like, being more reasonable and professional is the reason you need to be purged. Who's ever heard of that before? People being purged for being more professional? Usually it's people being purged for having crazy outsider ideas. I don't know. Fucking whack to me. But
let's check it out.
Tonight. Yeah. No, let's talk about this for a second. Let's break this down for just a second.
May I ask one question? Because so what sparked this?
Nothing.
So Kyle Clifton, he put up a few billboards around the country in Arizona and in Washington going against Joe Kent because Nick was doing a big anti-Joe Kent push, and Kyle needed money to make these billboards because he was trying to, you know, help out Nick and get in with AF. And so as a friend, I lent him the money to get the billboards because I wanted him to help grow his brand. And Kyle thanked me in his post saying, thank you to my friend Culture War Criminal for lending me the money to do this. And they're like, why are you taking money from Culture War Criminal? Why are you getting money from this traitor? You know, acting like I'm some like Mossad financier, you know, funding the movement, subversive. Like, look, I lent my buddy $100. Really, it was completely ridiculous. Also, he was angry because I was going to be speaking at 76 Fest, which is a 3-day America First camping experience that is actually going on right now. I was going to be giving a speech, and I was also going to be giving a class on land navigation. I was a camp counselor for many years. You know, I want to teach the Groyper something.
Let me just ask you, Ryan. Do you think Beardson's ever been in the woods in his life? Has he ever pitched a tent? Has he ever been a Boy Scout? Does he know how to tie knots?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No. And I'm going to say most people in America First that would be speaking don't.
What the hell would he teach? What kind of course would Beardson Beardley teach these guys in the woods? Like bull prepping, how to get lost? I mean, there was actually talk of having him teach a course, but that was quickly tabled because what the hell is he going to teach?
Catboy Grab Ass?
And he had the gall to actually go off on 76 Fest. This poor girl that's organizing this. He was insulted that she merely offered him a discount and wouldn't give him a free, all expenses paid ticket to go, which is absolutely ridiculous.
He's going to go off about it.
Yeah, don't even get me started. I'll let him hang himself with his own words.
Here. I'm a little drunk, but I have to go off. So this Pure Politics has done nothing but talk shit about me. What's his name? Arnold Grayson? Whatever the his name is. This dumb has done nothing but talk shit about me. And I've kept quiet.
And he didn't talk shit to him at AFPAC because that guy could snap Beardson in half if he wanted to.
Yeah, well, the whole
he never says this shit in person.
But how dare Buddy be professional at the conference and not cause infighting? That makes him a bitch.
Exactly. Like he couldn't keep his mouth shut at Springfield.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
AFPAC after talking shit about me for what? After what exactly? Calling out people like CWC and Patrick Casey and ejecting people from this movement that are trash. Yeah,
Casey, who actually had experience. By the way. Casey, who had years of experience organizing in real life, you know, was a veteran, professional. Was he super charismatic? No. Was he the best orator? No. But, you know, like, he actually had value. You know? But he had to go because he had a crisis of conscience about Nick's bank account being frozen, being under federal investigation, being on a no-fly list. Nick lied about all of it, and Casey told the truth, and for that, he had to go. And the truth wouldn't even have come out. Casey wouldn't have even told the truth if it wasn't for this hobbit pressing him and trying to kick him out because Beardson wanted his spot as the number 2. It's insane. It's insane.
That guy's a absolute
dumb failure. Pause it. I'm sorry, I gotta skip.
Okay.
All the optical failure of Casey coming out with all this stuff is all this guy's fault. That didn't have to happen. Casey was gonna keep his mouth shut, but this guy couldn't leave well enough alone. He never leaves well enough alone. And it's just another instance of where he hurt the movement. But this guy will tell you he was the godfather that took out the alt-right and all this bullshit. I hate this. Anyway, let's go.
Dumb clout chasing, by the way. That's all.
And we'll hit it, by the way, everyone. Don't worry.
What are you, by the way, Beardson?
Sorry.
What are you?
I want to hear him define that term, because both of the men that he's slandering, in addition to myself, have an independent audience. You know, the California-Arizona axis, you know, we have a lot of mainstream support. There's a lot of everyday people that follow us. And I don't exactly understand what he's saying by that, because they actually bash me multiple times saying that California is a complete waste of time. It's a fool's errand to devote resources to California. Well, everything we've done is with local activists, local support. We're trying to actually activate these people in California and Arizona to help the greater movement. Yet he's calling them clout chasers. It's absolutely asinine.
Not as though there's not areas in California that are ruby red.
Of course, California.
Northern California, you know, has talked about seceding into a different state called Jefferson. You know, there have been talks about that. And I've always been a firm believer in that change will not come by me or Nick or whoever bloviating on YouTube or D Live. That's all well and good to raise broader awareness in the world. But how real change will come is on the local level.
Exactly.
You know, getting people in as aldermen, getting people on city council, taking over the mayorship.
Well, we've got a guy running for Congress out here, matter of fact, and we're in a +6 Republican district. And Nick Torres can easily win this race if he gets even a sliver of support from any of these national organizations. It's a +6 district. He's running against Greg Raths, who's like a neocon, essentially. And, you know, Nick actually promised this guy an endorsement. This guy's worn the America First hat. He's gone out on record supporting Nick Fuentes. Big fan. But in order to snipe at me, you know, people in the movement like Beardson have called him like a Fed, made fun of him. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And this guy is a huge Nick fan. So no, that makes sense.
But I guarantee you, if he does get elected, Nick will claim him as being America First. Then all the glory for the victory will go to Nick, even though he didn't give him an endorsement. Be like, well, he wore the America First hat, so it's all good, you know? What the
dumb clout chasing, by the way. That's all that he is a clout chasing. Let's talk for instance about this what's his name? Kyle Clifton, don't get me wrong. I think he has the best intentions in the world, but he puts up ads on billboards for Joe Kent that say Israel first. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, can we just talk about this for a second? Everyone's like, "Oh, that's based." No, it's. And by the way, that's still cozied up to CWC and just took money from CWC in order to put up these ads that mean nothing to normies whatsoever. Total waste of resources, by the way. So thanks for that. So, like, the most...
Because Beardson's putting in any of his own resources? What do you...
I wonder where all the super chat money goes that Beardson's getting.
Yeah, seriously.
Is it even real? Is it even real money? Or... I don't know, because he complains about being broke, but I see his dono counters always at, like, 400 a night or some shit like this.
Yeah.
How are you broke, then?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are you
all of
spending
them
the
seem
money
to be
on?
complaining about a lack of money. Baked Alaska. Nick last week was saying he's not getting any super chats. And, you know, Beardson as well. It's like, where the f*** did all this money come from? And I know that they had substantial donors, kids with trust funds that were fucking loaded, dropping thousands in. And what do we have to show for it? You know, any effort, like Jaden had the effort, right, where they were going to rival Turning Point USA in the schools. Where did that go?
America First Students. You know, that's a very interesting point you raise. Yeah, America First Students, you know, multiple young men with a lot of potential in mainstream politics, they actually dox themselves, and they put their necks out there at many of these major schools like SCSU, UCLA. All of these college Republican chapters were up in revolt, essentially, against the mainstream Republican Party, and they all defected to AF students. And all these guys were getting completely slandered in the media, getting called neo-Nazis, getting called white nationalists, whatever. And what did they do with AF students? Well, they did absolutely nothing with it. All these guys got doxxed, and then the people involved, the people that were supposed to be running it, decided to just play video games, I guess, because they were making so much money doing jack shit that why work when you get money just hanging out, right? So these poor guys all doxxed, and they have nothing to show for it. So, GG.
As long as you're getting paid, who fucking cares? I mean, it's not about actually advancing a political goal. It's about having your own personality cult with people that worship the ground that you walk on, that give you their life savings, or their parents, more likely their parents' life fucking savings.
You know, the funny part also is the press releases that AF students released were actually ghostwritten by Patrick Casey, which is kind of funny to me. So they canned their writer, so I guess no one wants to write anything.
Oh no! And TWC, thanks again for being here. It's great to see another perspective, because we've been just shitting on Beardson, which is funny, but hearing all the behind the scenes stuff is very enlightening and interesting. So thank you.
Sure.
Well, a lot of people just say like, "Oh, PPP is just a hater. Like, he's a piece of shit. He's a subversive." It's not really the case. I just see a bunch of bullshit, and I see a lot of wasted potential. And I just hope every day that these listen to my criticisms and get rid of guys like Beardson and Baked, and then maybe something can happen. But it's already fucked, because now the first impression a lot of normal people will have is the Louis Theroux documentary, where Beardson's talking about Brittany Venti, and Baked is having racial slurs go off every 5 seconds while he harasses members of the public. So it's almost fucking a lost cause.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad.
Like Patrick Little levels of, really, honestly, and I mean that sincerely. The most Patrick Little levels.
I gotta at some point stop fucking ranting, but Patrick Little got something like 70,000 votes in California. Okay?
Yeah.
Where is your turnout like that? Where is that support for you guys? And I mean, look, I mean, that's a drop in the bucket in California, but that's still 70,000 people.
You know, I remember people talking about Patrick Little, like, locally, and this was before I was, like, really plugged into, like, dissident politics. I remember, you know, like, voters talking about him. I mean, his optics weren't the best, but
yeah.
Well, I mean, he went out every day. I'm Jew naming, you know, and but you know, I mean,
he was jaywalking.
He was, you know, I just think it's funny. Like, Beardson shits on that guy who has way more experience than Beardson.
Disrespecting a veteran. How dare he?
Well, I remember that debate from back in the day. Holy shit. Anyway, let's play this.
Down to 2 here for a second, so I can go off. All this pure politics guy's done is talk shit about me, but he's never done it to my face. He's always a little pussy. He'll follow me on Instagram, he'll follow me on Telegram, etc., etc., etc. But all he's done is take snipes at me because he's a little fucking bitch. By the way, total little sniping bitch. Okay, he's a little pussy. By the way, just for the record.
Yeah, he has a way with words. Eh? He has a lot of.
He really repeats himself. Like, he just keeps repeating himself over and over and over again.
The projection is unreal.
Yeah, and it's 5 hours long. I've cut it to 40 minutes, but it's like, it's still just repeating himself over and over. There's nothing I can really do. It's like, hey, we got to get through this. Holy man.
Little pussy. Pure politics stands for pure pussy. PP, pure pussy. Yeah, continue to talk that shit.
Oh,
and then
you almost said your name. So close.
Do you know today, 36 minutes into his show, you can go for yourselves, cozy.tv, his replay today, 36 minutes in, he's asked about Culture War Criminal appearing on this show, and he refuses to name the show. He refuses to say Warski or
He can't
PPP.
talk about it.
Because he's scared, because he knows he can't win this engagement. He knows he's fucked. He knows.
Oh, no.
So all he can do is sit there and seethe about it and just hope that, you know, we stop talking about him. But until he unfucks himself, which is very unlikely, the chances of us stopping making fun of you, Beardson, are zero.
He's become a total lol cow. It's really
yes.
funny.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Look me right in the eyes at AFPAC 3, and guess what? You ain't got shit to say because you're a little pussy. By the way, just for the record. But that's besides the
fact
point.
that he thinks
Hey,
anybody's intimidated by him is really funny to me.
Well, I saw it, so we will play this when he starts talking about it, just a couple minute clip. But, you know, you stood eye to eye with him in Springfield with Baked Alaska with a whole crowd of people chanting against you. And I honestly thought that you performed very well because most people wouldn't have the courage to stand against a crowd that's chanting against them like that, you know? And you had your friend, the guy who you were working with at the time, Ralph, just Judas you and just be like, F you're on your own.
That was
and
bullshit.
you held and
yeah,
Beard,
he told me I was having second thoughts about going. You know, he told me that he was going to help me. He was going to negotiate on my behalf, and that didn't happen.
And then Ralph pulled a Ralph. Obviously.
Yeah, but
Ralph pulled a Ralph.
But, they call me a coward. They call me, all sorts of things. But I still went to that rally because I believe that stopping the vaccine mandate was the mission, and it had to come before ego. But, they cannot call me a coward when it was me versus like 200 people, holding my ground. And the really funny part is when I first walked up to Baked Alaska, I walked up to him. You see, there's that frame of me smiling like I'm like unhinged or something. And I made him. I walked up, hey, Baked, and I shook. I put my hand out to shake his hand. I grabbed it. He's like, hey, dude. He says, hey, dude. He shook my hand. Because nobody else noticed me. It was just him streaming, and he didn't want to 1v1 me, I guess. And then when I went to Beardson, same thing. He like raised his arm up. He thought I was gonna I don't know, max him out or something. It was only when they had their toadies, join in that they had the courage to pipe up. It was pretty funny.
They're all soft. They're all soft bitches. Like at the end of the day, they're never gonna do anything. Beardson was talking about how you'll hit me and you'll go to jail, but here he'll say, "I wanted a physical confrontation."
Yeah,
just in saying shit.
How tall is Beardson for real?
He's probably like an inch or two shorter than me. I mean, he's not short as I expected, but
okay. So what? Is
unless he was wearing lifts, who knows?
Like 5, what? Like 6?
Well,
5'5"?
I can confirm he was wearing lifts that day.
That's what I thought.
I have photographic evidence that he was wearing lifts. If he ever tries to challenge, I can pull it up. Both him and I think Nick were wearing lifts that day. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Congratulations, you cozied up to Spexo. Really, really smart political thinking there. You clout chasing. Of course, there's this look. There is a small little clique. There's a small little clique that's still within America First that wants to cozy up to CWC, right? Even though CWC has turned his back on, I don't know, Nick, Baked, me, Jaden, and everyone else within America First that's stuck.
Is that even true? Because I remember you to the last trying to be loyal to Nick, as he was saying some of the most unhinged shit I've ever heard, that he was the movement.
I've still never publicly said anything bad about Nick. As recently as AFPAC 3, I was saying, credit where credit is due. He got Marjorie Taylor Greene to speak at a rally alongside Jared Taylor, who was in attendance. I mean, that was impressive. Because I don't believe in, cannibalizing the momentum of a movement that involves many people for personal gain. I still haven't publicly said anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not returned the favor, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But I don't know. Your position is kind of untenable because of the way they're coming at you.
So be it.
Yeah.
That's been a ride or die. For some reason, people like Cloud Clifton.
They're trying to unpause it. Like, it's just instantly the N-word and shit.
Like pure politics.
But optics, everyone.
And unfortunately, people like 76 Fest. And I hate to say that because I like the...
People like
76
Fest. It's a fucking festival. I'm nitpicking.
Well, he's referring to the woman who runs it. But.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best people. But they all want to cozy up. No, we don't want to piss off the CWC crowd, even though again, this nigga means nothing. This is irrelevant. This nigga is a nobody whatsoever. I don't know. I don't know. Who would you rather have in your corner?
Is that a serious
That's a real tough one. I don't know.
Oh boy.
I don't know, chat. One, if you'd rather have CWC in your corner, and two, if you'd rather have Beardson in your corner.
Yep.
Let's do a little
Place your
informal vote.
bets. Place your bets, everyone. Chat.
It's it's a cage fight. Who would you rather have?
Ashton, what's the chat saying there?
It's an ocean of ones. I mean, it's just a tsunami of ones, a deluge of ones, so to speak. It's overwhelmingly against the Hobbit from the Shire.
We'll play a few more minutes here, and then we'll read super chat.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry about how abysmally slow we're getting.
No, it's fine.
A guy that's proven himself.
It's nectar. You gotta savor it.
A guy that's proven.
Our chat sometimes will freak out about us pausing it. But if we didn't pause it, guys, you'd have a headache. Trust me, okay?
Himself to be,
and not only that, but Beardson would try and copyright claim it as he's done in the past, so
you have to
make it somewhat transformative.
Yeah.
King in regards to content, in regards to intuition, in regards to everything. Or do you want to cozy up to this CWC, who's joined up with a no-name politician that is not going to win, a total failure, and demonstrably proven to be a total pussy bitch, backstabbing. I can't speak for.
And the guy he's slandering is like one of their people, by the way. Like,
yeah,
like he's trashing a America First supporter. Like, purely to get back at me. That just shows how twisted this guy is.
Whoa.
I mean, that's just wrong, honestly.
Oh, Beardson, chill.
People just don't know the lore. Oh, they do. They absolutely do. And you know why they know the lore? Because they asked me about CWC, and I explained the whole thing to them. I took the time out of my day to explain the whole thing to them. And you know what they said?
Imagine being that much of a psycho. Like, you can't let this guy go on a camping trip.
He's like a jilted ex, man.
I've been dealing with them myself. I know how it is, man. But holy fucking shit. Like, this is crazy. Let me tell you the whole story. Did they ask for the whole story? No. Did they even, like...
More like he threatened her with, canceling the event and banishing all of them from the movement.
Oh shit.
And this is true and real. Well, we'll just let him come to the event, and we'll keep our distance. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid a bunch of people, come together for, a wholesome, camping trip in the woods, right? God forbid we do anything for these local, Southwest nationalists, right? Everything has to be internet drama.
What's important is reaching 13-year-old edgy kids online. That's the key.
Yeah. Well, see, the agreement was there's not going to be any phones. We were not going to have any phones. There's no cell service in the mountains. And naturally, Beardson didn't want to come because he can't stream. He can't have his internet clout with him. He had to be in the woods with, in nature.
Yeah. Wait,
I don't know.
So why is he complaining about you being there? What the?
Because he's bumhurt. Yeah, and also he's trying to prove his value to Nick because, again, this last week he's been looking like a joke, getting drunk, talking about how he cuckolded Nick and slept with a girl that Nick was interested in, and he was talking some mad shit about how Nick's not starting his show on time, and it's putting him out because now he has to start at 3 a.m. So this is, again, I think a transparent ploy for him to try and, again, boost his stock at the expense of other people. This is what he does. Because he's a parasite and a ball-sucking, clout-chasing...
Yeah, waiter.
Pardon my friend.
Can I get another one?
Let's go. Let's go. All right, we got to get through this shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, it's true. I mean, look. It's just true and real. This is just true and real. I'll just let them come
true and honest.
Ignore any business proposals.
Yeah, true and real.
I don't like working with others because exactly this typing thing. But yet he's still coming? I mean, really? I'm sorry. That's just not how any of this works. It's just not how any of this works. I explained it to him.
You're
and I
in
even
charge
laid it out
of it.
pretty clear. I don't have any tolerance for this. And maybe I'm what's up, Ralph in the chat? Ralph's here. We fucking love Ethan Ralph. That's
Whoa! Hey, Ralph again with the betrayals. Wow, Ralph.
Upload our interview, Ralph. It's a great interview. Upload it immediately. I demand. And
And Ralph did. 'Cause he's their bitch
He
now.
did.
Yeah, he did.
He knows he has to, otherwise Nick will cut off the Groiper money supply, which is already running low. So
I'm not here to babysit you. Fucking. I'm attacking a lot. And if you were not smart enough to get it, if you were not smart enough to, if you're gonna do this shit on your own and go rogue,
this is some high level
and
intellectual content, by the way, folks. This is a
Wow.
philosopher, folks. This is a man who's read his Locke, as Sargon would say. You know, this is a man who knows political theory inside and out. Loki, he's really bringing us to a higher intellectual standard of class and sophistication.
Amazing.
With his, you know, it's come on, these niggas dumb. Okay, like Beardson, you have never opened a book in your fucking life, bro.
Oh my
What are you
God.
talking about, man?
Last thing he read anything was probably his divorce papers.
That's a Feltoning from CWC. That was pretty good. I gotta say.
That's actually good.
billboards and shit without consulting anybody or even asking for advice or help. I don't have time to babysit you. And this joke
Can you
can't
imagine letting him babysit anything? Like, let alone a movement. But like, would you let this guy near your kids? I'm just saying.
No.
I wouldn't.
Not within 1,000 feet, at least.
You know, you'd start seeing cuckold pornography on the TV. Your kids, what's a bull, daddy? You know, why was he licking the women's feet while the bull was pumping his anus? This is the questions that you will get if you let Beardson take care of your child. Like, stuff.
Thing I've ever seen in my life. Honestly and truly. Honestly and truly. Like, what the f*** are you thinking, you dumb f***ing moron? I mean, we don't have time for this shit, man. It's like almost sabotage. That's what it is. It's almost sabotage. But this is what happens when you get the CWC clique involved. And by the CWC clique, I mean Pure Politics, Kyle Clifton, and CWC. It's like this roundabout, like, league of extraordinary morons who have no idea what the f*** to do, but they want to make a name for themselves.
Projection.
And that's what it really is all about, right? Especially with like Kyle Clifton, Pure Politics.
He's
CWC,
making me sound like more powerful than I am. You know, it's pretty funny. He's giving me a lot of credit. He makes me sound like, you know, we're Spectre or something. Yeah. We got the
you subverted the whole movement, man.
It's not about actually doing what's right, doing what's advancing the movement, etc. What it's about is raising your own notoriety in order to get ahead. That's really what it's about. And it's so apparent to everybody.
Yeah.
How does this fucking CWC still have tendrils in America First? How is like honestly, I've let this Kyle Clifton and Pure Politics shit go on for a long time, but it's enough. Enough is enough. We don't need any more in America First trying to make a name for themselves. Apparently, some niggas have
just What a way to phrase it, man! Like, it's like the whole movement is just full of. We don't need any more. We already got me. We got Bake. You know, we got Wooza. We don't need any more.
I've forgotten what kind of a traitorous CWC was. So let's listen to this. I mean, let's go ahead and read the texts. Let's go ahead and air this out again. This is
we're reading the texts
that you're working with right here, by the way. Culture war criminal. This isn't a movement. That much is obvious. Big grift. I love how Beardson is AF now. What the f***? I've been AF since before you were even making content. Be sure to send me
according to you, buddy.
That's not what he was saying.
It's not what he was saying. I mean,
nah, I'm done with AF. I just don't want to leave on bad terms. I can't forgive Nick for calling you a wignet. You're literally one of literally two streamers who are serious besides Nick. Let's talk about
pause real quick. Can you pause it real quick?
Yeah.
So I said. So first off, my sin was complaining in a private conversation. You know, what I thought was private, because again, support in public, criticize in private, because I don't believe in publicly airing my grievances, right? So my sin was privately complaining, and I even said here, what did I say? I can't believe Beardson's AF now, which he admittedly said, oh, I'm just a friend of Nick, I'm not political. I said I want to leave on good terms. I didn't want to burn a bridge. I want to just step away and do my own thing. And I even gave Nick credit. I said, I did say that Nick is a serious political streamer. I mean, is that really bad, anything I said? I mean, he's making a mountain out of a molehill here.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean this stuff. So this got leaked by Red Pill Gaming, right?
Right.
Was the situation? What's going on? Sorry, have you guys reconciled since this point, or?
I haven't talked with him since. I mean, I feel like as a dissident right winger, like leaking DMs is a real betrayal of trust. Like I would never leak DMs, even of like
I would say with anyone, any political movement, anyone, a friend or anything. That's still
No, I mean it's just part of the honor code.
Yeah, the way I took it was he was kind of trying to save his own ass, but he kind of both of you, because both of you got purged for this shit.
Well, he was upset that I was actually, I was kind of making it back into AF. I was being diplomatic, and he saw that he wasn't getting invited back in. I was kind of, mending it a little bit. He's like, well, if I can't be in, no one can.
Yeah. I don't know. I have nothing against him. I don't really know a whole lot about him. I know he's messaged me privately and stuff like this. But I don't know. The whole situation, to me, I thought it was that he leaked the DMs because it didn't help him. It didn't help you. It actually only aided Beardson in his goal of removing serious actors from the movement so that it could be his own personal clown car.
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it. And, if Red Pill Gaming wants to say something otherwise and explain his, I'll hear him out on it. But to me, it didn't look great at that time. But I don't disagree with any of the shit that was in the leaked DMs that you said.
And bear in mind, this was after Nick had called in and, berated me, for all this time on my stream, Like, weren't you the Marines? Don't you know how to obey your hierarchy? Don't you know how to respect your commanding officer?
That was messed up.
I mean, obviously, I would be a little upset about that.
Like, at a certain, I was like, man, like, CWC needs to stand up for himself there because Nick was just treating you like absolute shit, like with a complete god complex. And like, as soon as I heard that clip, like, I'm like, this guy's fucking lost it. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I know you don't want to disparage him or whatever, but I don't know what happened to make this guy think that he was God's gift, that he was the only person who could lead a movement. What happens if you get hit by a bus tomorrow, Nick? So then everybody should just go home because you're gone? What happens?
I think Beardson is next in line for the throne.
Oh my God.
It's just never going to fucking happen because the sort of, college age Republican young guys with trust funds who make America first possible, I don't think they like Beardson. I don't think they would take him very seriously.
No, I think a lot of people in AF do not like Beardson, and they only keep their mouth shut because they think that if they speak out against Beardson, they're going to get purged. They try to make an example.
I wonder why they think that.
But everyone from, some very big AF streamers that I'm still friendly with, all the way down to your average Groiper foot soldier, a lot of people don't like this guy. I mean, look at his numbers compared to Nick's numbers. This man only has a platform because he is, slavishly loyal to those he thinks are protecting him.
Yep.
He's just like Leventi Beria or Ernst Rome. He's a total toady. And the minute that his patron isn't there to protect him, he's going to get long-knived. And he knows it. That's why he has to do everything in his power to cover his ass. He has to try to purge everybody. I mean, he's a total sociopath.
He will get long knived. The moment, if Nick ever wants to try to be mainstream,
exactly,
he will be purged.
Oh yeah,
he knows it.
These guys are tolerated because they're fucking clowns that are.
He's made a lot of enemies, and he knows he has the sword of Damocles over his head. I mean, I would not want to be Beardson Beardley. The karmic debt this guy's accrued, man.
Oh no. The karmic forces of justice are coming to get you, Beardson.
There's nothing but shit talk, lie about us.
Every time I've unpaused, the N-word is said. Amazing, without fail.
And everything else. What the is Nick doing with AF Live? He would say that he would have a place for us like 7 months ago. Boy, in hindsight, that shit's really clairvoyant now, isn't it?
I don't know.
This is the you're.
I don't think if you hadn't said that, I don't think Cozy TV would have come around. I really don't. Because it looked like there was zero progress, zero update on that shit. You complain about it, and then a few months later it launches.
And the reason I was complaining is, we all took a huge pay cut when we got banned off D Live. I was banned from D Live because I was pro AF. I was streaming all the AF people. I was giving commentary on what was going on January 6th. And, all of our activism in Orange County was funded off my super chats. So the super chat money was directly going to everything that was going on in Orange County. We weren't getting any money from any kind of like any kind of AF like organization. So naturally, when I got effectively fired, I effectively lost my job when I got banned from D Live. So, we were really feeling we were getting squeezed essentially financially with the bannings and the deplatforming. So I was expressing that frustration, but the fact that he's making this out to be treason when I'm merely, griping about something that's very significant, my income, let's be real. It's ridiculous. Like, are people not supposed to be upset, frustrated by, slow progress, getting more income? Of course not. Because it's not just me, it's multiple people. It's an activist network that rely on these super chats. And it is interesting that Cozy TV launched shortly after I aired these grievances. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I brought that up the moment it happened. I was like, maybe it's because of CWC's criticism.
Farting Man for 2. Great name. Saying Beardson trying to act tough by saying I pressed CWC to his face and he didn't do anything. But weeks before, he was saying on stream that if CWC tried to fight him, he was going to call the cops to protect himself. He is the total pussy.
That was the most lame thing he's probably ever said. I mean, imagine being an adult man and saying that. Well, if you hit me, I think he said like, CBC might beat me up, but I'd call the cops on him and he'd go to jail. Like, that is the most beta thing I've ever heard.
Especially as like a badass alpha conservative America first man. Because being like conservative, like it's about masculinity, about being tough and all this shit. And you're gonna say like, I'll call the cops on you if you fight me.
That's like the most Reddit thing ever,
too, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, he's just like he's a racist liberal. He's like the archetypical soy boy bug man saying crap like that. Like, are you kidding me? That's like something a Redditor would upvote. Like, oh yeah, that's such a great retort. Like, really? Like, let me broadcast my femininity and beta behavior to the whole world.
Well,
like, that's his entire
he'll say
brand.
here though. He'll say here, Ryan. He'll say here. Oh, I wish we would have fought, and I wish something broke. You know what I mean? Because now it's 6 months later, so he could do that.
Yeah, so so if we would have fought then, his wife would have at least gotten a life insurance payout before she went to Tyrone or whatever. She would have been $400,000 richer. But instead, he'll be paying that in little payments with his alimony or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think about her stealing all the furniture in the car?
Poor guy, man. It's a shame.
Gotta be tough.
It's
And,
tough.
he can't respond to any of this because if he does, then people will go and watch the Kino Casino shows exposing him.
And then they'll be like, this show's actually pretty cool.
Be like, wait a minute, they're making some good points. Oh no, so he's scared.
I got the boys laughing in the background.
Yeah. What's up, homies?
You're cool associating with?
By the way, this could be a long show. Ashton, I think we're strapping up for a 5-hour show tonight.
We're screwed. We were trying to do
this shirt might come off later.
Yeah, because we're screwed. There's still like a half hour in this clip. Then there's 20 minutes of him berating anti-mask club guy.
Oh.
All right, we gotta let. We may have to skip ahead a little bit.
They're treating you.
We'll just
honestly, I'm just going to assume I will never get into quote unquote the circle, and I will plan for operating without support as we have been. Totally independent movement. Yep, Nick's going to have to learn. He needs to have the balls to criticize his friends. This is the that you want to This is the you want to associate with. Have at your events. Take money from
for
billboards.
Speaking the truth.
Yeah,
you need to have the balls to criticize your friend. Saying you don't associate with that guy. He stood up to the leader.
You chopped out a little bit. You chopped out just a smidge. You're fine now, I think. Yeah.
And generally schmooze up with, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, man. But I'm gonna call your ass out every single time. I'm gonna call your ass out every single time. Like, I've been nothing but transparent about this from day one. Yeah, that's his mom. Yeah. These are all leaked texts, and anybody that's asked me about them have been nothing but baked.
Oh, because CWC, Christian, Weston, Chandler, his mom.
Lied. He said Nick loved his stream, but it was cool. Nick said on the show he was not happy Bake did that, and he specifically told Nick, blah, 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 whatever. Do you think that's why I'm getting that? I get more viewers than Beardson and Jaden, which, first off, not true. That objectively not true. I mean, let's be real here. I don't know why this even said that. That's objectively not true, and it's never been true, ever. So I don't know why this is trying to talk shit.
I don't know about that, because it may not be true right now, but I'm sure there have been times where CWC was getting more viewers, certainly than Jaden.
He was.
Like,
and you know what's interesting is right before Beardson purged me, I actually surpassed him in followers on Trovo.
Whoa!
I was actually getting more donos. I was getting more subscribers. You know, I was on the up and up, and I'm actually still bigger than him on Telegram. Let's not forget.
Wait.
So that explains why he's always seething about me.
Interesting. Maybe you had to go because.
Well, he even says, you know, he even says later on that I was coming after his bag. You know, I mean, he even freely admits it's about money.
And this is the thing. Dalton, are you listening, Dalton? Are you listening, Kai? Are you listening, UX? Are you listening, guys out there that are a part of this, that are up and coming? The moment you threaten Beardson's position, the moment you threaten his money, because there's only so much money to go around. And this is why I don't understand why they keep adding streamers, because it creates friction, because people are streaming in each other's time slots. They're splitting an audience that's already in a closed ecosystem with Cozy TV. Yep. And, you know, it's going to cause infighting, which Nick says in this stream he doesn't have a problem with. He loves the drama, apparently. Oh, wonder why some people don't think it's serious movement. I don't know. I just don't know.
Oh, here's a relevant super chat. K for 3, thank you so much. Saying RPG leaked those DMs because CWC was lying about it, trying to save face. I still support you though, Ryan.
I don't know what I don't know. I didn't follow it closely enough at that time. I was more so looking at the way that it affected Fuentes and Beardson more so than what Ryan and RPG were doing back and forth. I don't know what the happened. And to be honest, it really doesn't matter at this point, really.
Yeah,
but
it really doesn't, yeah.
I mean, I don't want to shit on RPG too much because, you know...
Well, yeah, it's not worth shitting on him. I mean, he's not the subject of tonight. And he also isn't going after me 6 months after the fact. To RPG's credit,
shit happens.
Beardson is the guy that is sabotaging nationalist camping trips that he had no intention of going on. He was berating this poor gal because she wouldn't give him a free ticket, even though everybody's paying out of pocket to make this thing happen. You know, RPG is not the one doing that. It's Beardson.
100%. And I don't know. I feel bad that I immediately took your side on it, but that's how I saw it at the time. I don't really know all the details, but anyway, we better keep going.
Effectively, more politically successful. Again, not true. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Lying ass who's got their head in the clouds. But these are the people you want to associate with? These are the people you want to associate with? Let me go ahead and move this up here. Sorry. These are the people you want to associate with? Yeah, go ahead. Cal.
Embarrassing, the way he's talking. So pathetic.
Go ahead. Go ahead. And I think it's really disappointing that 76 Fest wants to have this nigga at their event. I'm sorry.
He's the definition of a wignat when you really think about it.
Yeah, he really is.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it for TOS reasons, but like when you think of the words that make up the term wignat, I mean, hello.
It was always a projection.
Always projection.
What was the real difference between this and like what Cantwell and the other idiots were doing? You know, because he's almost as explicit now. You know, the guy is like saying some crazy shit.
Well,
like
the last show we did, like that was nuts. What he was saying, like he dropped the hard R like 10 times, like in a row.
But I warned them. I was straight up. I was straight up with them, and I told them everything about this. They're like, well, we're cool him coming and hanging out. I've got nothing to say to you. If you choose to publicly associate with this, and it is public, that you're a traitor to America first. You're a pussy bitch, and I've got nothing to say to you.
It's like the same.
He's just mad that the girls organizing this wanted me to be teaching a class and not him. You know, he's just really butthurt about that. And I mean, think about how beta this behavior is. He's in a call with, so he's the CEO of the movement, and he's on a call with this girl talking about how bad I am. And after all of it, she still wants to have me teaching a class and giving a speech. So he utterly failed at doing his backroom diplomacy. So he's not much of an attack dog when it's behind the scenes. He has to publicly then bring in the drama and then start threatening them with being exiled.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, talk about losing a charisma check.
Obviously ignorant and like I'm not here to babysit you niggas, man. I'm just not. Yeah. I'm not here to babysit you, man. Turns out that nigga had nothing to say. Turns out Grayson Arnold or whatever.
Does he think saying this like 100 times makes him cool? Is that what's going on here?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a badass thing to do, I guess, because he's on a platform with no TOS.
Yeah.
You know, where he sucks the dick of the owner, so I guess he can drop it. It's not really so edgy and cool when you're not like, you know, breaking the rules. Do you know what I mean?
You know, yeah.
It's kind of pathetic at that
cringy,
point. Like,
dude. Holy.
It is cringe.
His ass name has nothing to say. He has shit to say all over Telegram, but whenever I'm in Hashtag 3 wearing a VIP badge, you pussy bitch, you got nothing to say. You want to take pictures. But I don't know why I have to hold my tongue.
Take a picture towering over him.
Okay, I'm done with it. The amount of like, you know, and I've said this before, man.
I'm done with it 3 hours later.
Maybe you're not even malicious. Maybe none of these are malicious. But they're so that they are a liability. And that's the problem. And I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a bit of an asshole for calling this shit out. But you absolutely are that. You absolutely are that when you put up billboards like Joe Kent, Israel first. You are a liability and you need to be cut off. I don't think CWC is a Fed. I think he's just a and he's a pussy. And let's not forget that CWC is a total pussy, by the way. Because
let's remember him saying there that you're not a Fed, because I'm sure next week it'll be that you are a Fed and that the casino glows, and you know he'll change his mind on that about as often as he.
Yeah, last time he talked about me, he called me like an evil sociopath. He said I'm like evil.
Did he say that you sacrificed animals in the woods?
Yeah, I'm like this evil sociopathic, you know, racist vampire that's like sacrificing goats in the woods to like, you know, Mars or whatever. I mean, the lore that he's spinning. I mean, again, honestly, I cannot have a better PR guy if I was paying for one.
I don't know. Like, apparently, Patrick Casey was wearing like fucking druid robes in the woods, conducting ritualistic sacrifices with you holding the stone dagger over a goat's throat. Like, this was literally what he was saying. Just like the ultimate smear job.
I mean, he just wishes he had that much Kino going on in his life, you know.
Well, I've smeared some motherfuckers, but I've never come up with that they sacrifice goats to Moloch.
Yeah, I mean, the only sacrifices he's taking care of is sacrificing his marriage to on the altar of content, I guess.
To his face, and you know what he did?
We'll put all your links.
Jack shit.
After we'll put all your links down there below for any of the replay people. Okay.
Oh, and by the way, you know, if Beardson considers himself a real Christian, accusing another Christian of being a pagan and of not being a Christian, that's a grave sin. I mean, it's wrong to do that. It's completely wrong to just accuse me baselessly of not actually being a Catholic without any evidence, and that's disgusting that he thinks that's acceptable.
I don't know. In the Bible, it says when you bring a charge against a brother, which he's not even your brother, first of all, because he's a Baptist and you're Catholic, but you're supposed to have two witnesses to the offense. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't have two witnesses to this offense. It's just not. But he doesn't know the Bible from a coaster on a coffee table. He doesn't know his ass from his elbow. He's a. So
yeah, he gets his religious takes from Rick and Morty, dude. He's just not a serious person. He's no theologian, put it lightly.
Can we all remember that? If you guys don't mind, if we go back during, you know, memory lane here back last summer, when this was saying, you wouldn't say that to my face, and I said it to his 5'4" face, and he didn't do jack shit while he was he was dressed up like a fucking LA Noire character. Can we go back to that time for just a second?
I didn't have to hit him. I mean, like, literally just the juxtaposition of my skull versus his skull. I mean, I felt it him just by standing there. I mean, I didn't have to say anything.
No,
All I had to do was just stand there.
Let's listen to his delusion, and then we'll actually go back and we'll watch the footage
Okay.
of what happened.
Okay.
Of what happened.
Can we go back to that time for just a second when that nigga was dressed like an LA Noir character, and I went up to his stupid face, and I was like, "You're a dumb, traitorous fuck you," and put my big middle finger right in his face, and you know what he did? He didn't do jack shit.
Yeah, I'm pressing exit out on that.
Can we go back to that?
I see what you did there.
Time for a second.
That's from the game.
I wanted him to hit me. I wanted to get into a physical confrontation with him.
Ashton jumped out for a sec. His internet probably dropped. All right, you're back, Ashton.
Yeah, I just Discord crashed.
It happens.
You know what happened? He was too bitch. He was too bitch to do it. Ethan was like, "Yo, Ralph was like, I was there for that. I thought I was about to."
His optics were so bad that like random women were literally jumping in to defend me. Like I didn't have to say anything.
Wait.
No,
like
that's okay.
Like, tell me that's not a failure of optics
Ralph
right
is
there.
betraying you now too. Again.
Wait, what?
What's he doing?
He's saying Ralph is in the chat right now
saying,
"Oh yeah, I was there and you did do that." Like, fucking Ralph.
Okay.
Holy
No,
shit.
I don't believe that's Ralph.
Let's bring it up. You know what? Like, let's just bring it up. Bring it. It's in the folder. It's called Beardson versus Karen.
Okay, so we're
or
at
whatever.
1452. Remember that? Okay.
Let's just quickly, get a reminder of what happened actually at this event, where he got pressed by a middle-aged woman. It had to be the woman had to be held back. Oh, okay. This isn't that. This is the confrontation between.
Do you want to watch this first?
Let's watch this first. And then we'll go to
brings
that.
me back, man.
Yeah.
Did they take off your ankle monitor? January 6th political prisoners. You're all about political prisoners. Until you take your use it against somebody. You already know, dumbass. Stop being a They're still Yoba! 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 Yoba!
And now Yoba has no money. And he can't start the RV.
Like, you're totally like there's a whole crowd of people surrounding you and you're standing strong here.
Yeah.
But,
and he can answer my question. There's still groypers with the ankle monitors on. I mean, I know there's still groypers with ankle monitors on. Why does why does his get taken off? Why does he not go on house arrest?
There are
ridiculous.
groypers in solitary confinement in
We
Washington.
don't even know how many groypers were arrested in January 6th. We don't know their names. I mean, let's just say that. We still don't know how many groypers were arrested, who their names are. We don't have, there's no fundraisers for them. Baked Alaska, very lucky guy. He got fundraisers. He got all sorts of people donating the free Yoba merch, all of that. He got taken off house arrest relatively quickly after a few weeks versus gentlemen that have been on house arrest for over a year now, since January 6th. Let that sink in.
And I read a Countercurrents article about the conditions of some of the January 6th people that are in solitary confinement or that are in jails in DC, and they're being tortured. And it's
one of them committed suicide.
And I just don't know how the leaders of the movement can feel okay that those guys are suffering and they're not. See, because you say whatever you want about Martin Luther King, but he actually went to jail with his supporters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would these guys be willing to go to jail with you? Ask yourself that. Would these guys be willing to put themselves on that line and make that sacrifice? The answer is fucking no. And if your leader is not prepared to suffer the same injuries that you, the common supporter, have to suffer, then he's not a leader worth following. Leaders follow by example. They take responsibility and are accountable. Not everybody is meant to be a leader. And the idea that you just should be a leader because you talk into a microphone on YouTube is... Being a leader takes actual principle and character to do what's right. And to believe that Baked Alaska and Beardson in this clip look more like leaders than you in this clip.
I mean, at least
delusional.
Organize a letter writing campaign. At least visit these poor guys that are at house arrest. I mean, me and my crew, we would visit our local guys that were on house arrest. We did rallies in front of the local FBI building. We had signs with all the names of the local Orange County people that were arrested January 6th. And Beardson claims he doesn't even know who any of these people are. He doesn't know the name of the young man who carried the AF flag into the Senate chamber. Really? Either he's lying or that's a complete failure of leadership. How can you not know the names of your guys that are prisoners? How can you not know their names? And if it's not your job to find it, you have all these interns. Why can't they look it up and see who their names are?
But there's supposed to be respect for the hierarchy, right? Like it's the military, like Nick.
Yeah, well,
told you,
hierarchy
right?
leadership goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know, officers have a duty to their men.
But don't they say no man left behind? Isn't that part of being in the military? I mean, you don't leave men behind on the battlefield if you can help it. But these men have been abandoned by their leader. And, you know, the money just goes to his pocket. It doesn't go to help these people. What is the America First Foundation actually doing other than serving as a way to travel expense any, you know, travel Nick does so that he can live like a king tax-free? I don't know. Because I'm not seeing a whole lot of action from the Now, apparently Nick tells us that there's this grand plan to get candidates elected this year. Will they be like the lieutenant governor of Idaho who claims that she doesn't even know who he is? Will they be like Marjorie Taylor Greene? I don't know who that is. You know? Or will they actually be America First candidates? Or will they just be people he said were candidates, but he never even spoke to? I don't fucking know. I'm just speculating.
Why do you still have your ankle monitor off when you're still Groyper's on house arrest? Groyper's, dude, you're literally taking the talking point from the left and from Wignet.
No answer.
75%. Because my friend,
shut up.
My friend is on house
just
arrest.
poison the well. It's from the left.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but couldn't the left come up with a talking point that's true? We just immediately, just because a leftist said something, if the leftists say the sky is blue, does that mean it's green?
Dude,
75%
why do
of
you have your
Let
ankle
me
monitor
talk.
taken off?
No,
answer the question.
Let me talk.
Why do you
Let
have
me
your
talk.
ankle monitor taken
Let me
off?
talk.
Why is your ankle
Let me
monitor
talk.
off?
Let me talk.
Where's your ankle monitor?
Let me talk.
You were cowering away.
Oh,
You were cowering away there as you
You're
bow
like-
up into his face.
You're like,
Beardson, look at Beardson break eye, or sorry, not Beardson, Bake. Look at him break eye contact there and look away, even with sunglasses on. Tilting his head away.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Okay,
Where's your ankle monitor?
let me talk. Okay, shut the f up. Okay, my ankle monitor's off because along with 75% of the January 6th defendants, they're out on bail and have their ankle monitors off. It took about 6 months of me being on house arrest and in solitary confinement in federal prison.
It was not 6 months.
It's a lie, and I don't even know where he gets the 75% figure from. Because I don't even sure if we know the exact number of January 6th. Like, I don't know where he gets it from, but whatever. Despite the fact, even if it's true, the 75% number, doesn't mean he's innocent. It's hard to believe he's innocent when he's just going around committing crimes brazenly. It's hard to believe he's not a Fed when he's pepper spraying bouncers, somehow still not served any time for that, defacing synagogues.
Yeah, I'm pressing exit out on that one. I mean, this guy...
saying, like...
Unreal. Man.
If anybody glows, it's him. If anyone. Right
the fact
now.
that you're
well, look, I'm not going to accuse anybody of being a Fed without evidence, you know, because I think that should be off limits. As much as people like to throw that out, you know, without any evidence, I think we really got to be careful.
Yeah.
You know, I do think people that...
Sometimes you don't need to see shit to smell shit, though. But, you know, that's where I come from, but... You know, I understand because you get called a Fed a lot and shit like that. And, you know, I got called a Fed this week by my ex-co-host. Oh, I get it. It's bullshit. So.
I think people that falsely accuse others of something should suffer the same punishment as whatever they're accusing them of being.
Oh, shit.
That's all I'll say.
Trying to minimize that? You. Get him out.
Want for good behavior?
He's gonna minimize me being in federal prison. Hey, now he's insinuating that I'm a Fed. Yeah, you're a Fed.
You're projecting.
No.
There's still Groypers on house arrest. I hope you all know that.
Oh!
You're done with America First.
You're done. Yeah, you said KF.
Yeah, why are you adding
And I flew all the way out here, spent hundreds of dollars to support the cause, by the way.
Oh,
yeah. No answer to that.
Oof.
This is the cause to fight for the vaccine mandate.
All right, so now we're gonna watch the other clip there. What's it called?
Oh, the moms stepping in.
Beardson versus the Karen or whatever I think it's called in the.
Okay, Beardson versus the Karen.
Hey, women love me. What can I say? It's like being a druid in WoW. You know, the
that's
animals,
a bad
it's all
thing.
the women.
You know, that's a bad thing.
Oh, I'm a fake cell, I guess.
Yeah, you're a fake cell, bro. Like, what do you ever had a girlfriend? You held a girl's hand, bro?
I cannot confirm nor deny that, but hey,
Nick was
chat,
up on
this clip right here, this is optics in action. This is the definition of optics. This goes to show you that my optics.
Clips.
Yeah, play it.
Greatest clip of all time, like for real. It's so good. Like,
Great, that's great. Yeah, you calling it in? Girl, I'm a fucking woman, you little punk. Whoa.
Eye to eye.
We can start some stuff. You need to grow up.
Hiding behind that other guy too. Look at him.
chill.
He's hiding behind the guy with the mask on. That's so funny. Maxed out by a mom, man.
Having to be defended by the masklet. Oh, bro.
Yeah, the culture war cougars just swarm in. He can't handle it.
Culture war cougars.
The Bond girls, they just swoop in and come to my aid.
That's so funny. Let's see. Yo,
Oh my god!
Like he shut his mouth right quick. Look at
he shut up real quick, man.
You calling it in? Girl, I'm a fucking woman, you little punk.
Oh no.
Okay.
Whoa. You want to start some stuff? We can start some stuff. You need to grow up.
He's like a little boy getting scolded by his teacher.
Chill. Again.
And if that guy wasn't there, she would have maxed him out. Like, I have 100% belief she would have put his mouth on the curb, like fucking Edward Norton style, man. And
Curb stomped
him. Put him out. Okay, where we at? We're at like 14 minutes, 58 seconds.
Shit,
what?
Shit.
It is Beardson versus CWC.
14:53. We'll do 14:30.
You know what he did? He didn't do jack shit. Can we go back to that time for a second? I wanted him to hit me. I wanted to get into a physical confrontation with him. You know what happened? He was too bitch. He was too bitch to do it.
I wish I should have prepped the clip of him saying he would call the cops. I didn't have it, but I should have fucking had that because it's pathetic. The lies and the delusion. Like, if he actually, do you think he believes this bullshit, or is he just lying?
I don't
Probably.
know.
He probably believes it.
He's probably just drunk right now and just like.
It's the Bud Light talking.
Yo, Ralph was like, I was there for that. I thought I was about to be filming a brawl. You probably would have been if CWC had a pair of testicles between his legs. But you know what he doesn't have? He doesn't have a pair of testicles. He's a pussy. And that's why he quit streaming. That's why he quit streaming after.
Go pull up the frames, chat, in your own free time of me actually walking up to him on Bake's stream. He actually lifts his arm up in like a defensive posture. I think he thought I had something under my leather jacket. You know, he was definitely worried that, vengeful CWC was going to come, come for vengeance.
Oh no!
I don't think he clearly wasn't happy to see me.
No, I don't think so.
After this, you ever notice that? You haven't really seen too many more CWC streams after that. He decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to focus on IRL shit. Yeah, what's he been doing? Nothing. Because he's a
congressional
bitch.
campaigns.
Just the things,
No,
too busy
nothing
giving money
important.
to shitty billboards for Kyle Clifton to take the credit for it. Because he knows his name is mud. No testicular fortitude. Ask for this. I'm not planting spies. It's just that, as it turns out, they're loyal to me because I've been around for a long time. I've proved myself. I don't want to act like this is exclusively me, but I really truly do believe I am one of many litmus tests for America First. It's one thing to just not like me. I get that. Not everybody's going to like me. Not everyone's going to get along with me. Not everyone's going to enjoy my content, etc., etc., etc. Nothing wrong with that.
What do you mean? You were yelling at your entire chat when they were mad and you're banning all these like loyal people who paid you over the years? Like, shut up.
But whenever you start shit talking, whenever you start spreading rumors and gossip about me and trying to undermine
Is it
me,
rumors? Is it rumors when it's the truth? Like, shut
It's a
up.
big litmus test.
God,
I really
this guy,
do.
dude. This guy's
I'm sorry,
unbelievable.
but it's true. I feel. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but whenever you start shit talking me, saying things like, well, I don't want to get too specific. Let me rephrase this.
Okay. Like his brain, like the gears are like smoke. Smoke is coming out of his fucking ears. Like you can just see the gears grinding against each other in his fucking skull, like trying to formulate his next sentence.
I was checking something on the OBS, and then I'm like, wait, did I pause it? Did I hit spacebar by accident?
Oh, fucking hell.
You say things like, "This guy isn't serious enough for our political movement."
Go ahead.
Big red flag for me. It is. It's a big red flag for me.
Is it?
This is the nature of personality cults, though, I suppose. Who cares about the impending extinction of the white race? What do you... I mean, just ban that.
I knew it!
Just ban him.
Ban him. Oh my
How dare
god.
he speak the truth? That guy just rose up and just smited Beardson so hard from the chat. Oh, this is how personality cults are formed, you know?
I was about to... I should have said it. I was thinking it. I was about to be like, just ban him. And he said it like words right out of my mouth. Like, oh...
Like a right side funding? More like a right side... Yeah, clearly you don't get
Got
it.
him.
Clearly you're a dumb LARPer. Tell you what, if you got another
Really
message,
witty.
I'll
Got him.
unban you if you super chat. How about that, you dumb...
Shameless grifting.
Oh,
Shameless.
That is.
He's
That's the
just
ultimate
shamelessly
grip.
milking these people for money. It's jeez, man.
oh.
Ban that right now.
And where's the
Ban
money
right
going,
now.
by the way?
Sorry.
Alimony and Bud Light? Come on.
Let me bring that back. Let's see what he just...
Yeah, clearly you don't get it. Clearly you're a dumb LARPer. Tell you what, if you got another message, I'll unban you if you super chat. How about that, you dumb... Ban that right now. Ban right side funding right now. Ban that fucking...
Off the charts, ladies and gentlemen.
Dalton.
Thank you, everyone. I'll
Watch.
read donos in a few minutes, by the way. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
But yeah, it affirms that you are the bouncer, you are the bloodhound, the bulldog. It's true.
Who's he speaking to?
That's
I
Kai.
think this is...
Oh,
is
Kai?
it Kai? It's Kai, yeah.
And people are gonna, say it's unoptical or whatever, but literally, when has AF been worse off because of Beardson, saying true things about
Wait
weird
until
people?
you're
What is that?
Kai.
Dalton maybe, or is that Kai?
Is it?
think
It's
it's
hard
Kai.
to tell them apart because they're all clones, kind of. But anyway,
Now I have nothing against those guys. As much as they were talking shit.
I know you don't.
I don't know them, so I can't really speak of them.
I don't know. Like I just think that they're misguided. They think that this is the way to get ahead, but it's not really, because there's a ceiling over your head of this in Baked Alaska and whoever Nick looked up to back in the day. Paul Town will probably start getting your donos next.
Hey, they've got potential. They need to come to the dark side.
There
You
go.
hear that? I mean,
Beardson's worried that I'm like Sheev Palpatine. I'm going to corrupt them. Turn them into I don't know, something
come
he ain't
to
gonna
the
like.
light, Kai and Dalton. Come to the light, and where there's actual intellectual discussion, and it's not just about not having sex with women and not having a family. Okay, maybe you guys would be more comfortable in a situation where you're actually around people who do follow the news and not just through Twitter. People who might read. I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing, man. It's like you can call it gatekeeping, and I totally accept that.
It's good.
Mhm.
Gatekeeping's good.
We need it. And if these fucking dumb f***s like Pure Politics, Kyle Clifton, and unfortunately, and I hate to say this, 76 Fest, want to continue to associate with somebody who is an absolute traitor and a snake to this movement, who I mean, I literally have receipts of him saying that he wants to leave AF. He doesn't believe in Nick. He doesn't believe in our messaging. He doesn't believe in what we're trying to do. If you want to continue to associate with somebody like that,
I got
take money
doxxed.
from
I got
somebody-
doxxed for the cause, but I don't believe in it. I've been screwed over multiple times, military career destroyed, all these. I mean, you can look at my history in the movement. I mean, the Antifa, the Left Coast Right Watch, has actually been very helpful in writing my entire pedigree, my resume. of being a right-wing activist, going back all the way to when I was 18 years old in 2018. I mean, really? This guy's delusional. 2017, rather. This guy's a joke. Hey, take care, man.
That. Allow somebody like that at your events, or just generally stick up for somebody like that, then I want nothing to do with you. You clearly have no judgment of character. You clearly have no intuition politically, which is, and you're ultimately a liability. And I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. I'm just not.
He's like defooing people, like Stefan Molyneux. You know, if you're defooing anybody that is associated with me.
Later on, they're going to say that this is like a family. I remember when Beardson,
La Familia, you know.
Yeah, I remember when Beardson used to, disavow Spencer as being a cult and saying the Wignats were a cult. Now they say being in a cult is a good thing.
I mean, at least a lot of cults, they still have sex, right? I mean, this is like.
Well, yeah, usually that's one of the upsides of being in a cult is there's orgies, there's like free love, there's drugs, like.
Yeah, I mean, like, frick, man.
This movement is, like it's.
If you hold a chick's hand, they ban you.
Well, no, that was a high crime. Like Nick was on trial like a month ago for kissing a girl in 8th grade or something. Like, how could you?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know at the time, guys. It was wrong. I just
say, how CWC is a bad guy. Nick disavowed the guy. Like. Everybody did, and we all saw the text of him openly talking shit about me.
Openly in a text.
Openly, Jaden.
Openly in a private message.
Yeah.
Rich.
Shit about Nick, and people still want to like try to associate with this guy, and they want to have the best. You want to have the best of both worlds. I'm sorry, go fuck yourself. They like people like Joe Clifton, people like Ethan Schmidt, especially, and Pure Politics, especially. These people are a total liability to anything that we want to achieve, than anything that we want to gain. And especially like you look at this Pure Politics, for instance, all this guy does is ankle bite and talk shit about everybody in America First. And he says, by the way, just to point this out, he says a lot more about more people in America First in private, and I have all the screen caps. Yeah, you think you're slick? I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You dumb. You.
Okay, may I just make an observation, just a general observation. From like the last few weeks, this guy, he's unwinding. Like, it's bad. It's not even
Beardson?
about.
Yeah, he's completely.
Dude,
he's trying to talk shit about him being slick or not. I mean, Beardson's opposite of slick. He dried his wife right out. She left him, and he has the gall to talk shit about Pure Politics. I mean, this guy is no judge of character, let alone any kind of charisma. I mean, the projection of this guy. I mean, look at Ethan Schmidt. You saw the video of Ethan Schmidt, firing back at Beardson. Ethan Schmidt could snap Beardson in half with one hand. Pure Politics could too. I could. I mean, this guy's a lot of gall talking shit.
Oh, was Schmidt with Keith Woods? Was it that video? No,
Schmidt is the Anti-Maskers Club guy.
Okay, but there was another guy with Keith Woods who they did an entire video against Beardson. I think we're opening up the floodgates here, folks, in the last few weeks, because people are starting to make videos and like open their eyes. So it's very fantastic. It's very fantastic. But yeah.
You can sit there and talk shit about me all you want.
We do have the Schmidt video for later, by the way. So
yeah, we do have that also.
You know what? America First has been winning and winning and winning ever since I took the role of Bulldog. So you can drive.
What are you talking about? You're at the lowest amount of members you've ever had. You've scared people away because you're saying that if you don't stay single and not have a family, that you're banned. If you're not,
just let this talk. I mean, nothing more needs to be said. He hangs himself with his own lies.
It's insane.
I've gotten nothing but absolute bad actors out of this movement. I've gotten nothing but just the absolute scum, clout chasing out of this movement. And I have cleared the way, and this is what I've been doing for 5 years, man. I cleared out the alt-right single-handedly in order to make way for Nick Fuentes and America First, and I'm continuing to do that to this day. And I have never once been proven wrong about any decision that I've made in regards to expelling someone from this movement. And I hereby officially expel Pure Politics, Ethan Schmidt. I've already done it with CWC, but we'll do it again. and in Kyle Clifton out of this movement because they are absolute
Rent-free.
liabilities and total. And we just don't have time or energy or patience to deal with these mother. If you're too okay.
What's up, dude?
What's up, friend? How you doing?
So now that
good.
Beardson's made this proclamation, Nick's like, shit, I better show up. This guy is in my name, just excommunicated them from the church. It's like a cardinal being able to excommunicate you from
it's like Nick's
or
giving
something.
him the signet ring, and he's just rubber stamping all these excommunications. On what authority?
Without
any
guys, talk for a second. I have to use the bathroom if you'll excuse me.
Oh, that's good. No,
Yeah. All right.
no, I just think it's like Beardson believes somehow in his sick, twisted, dwarven mind that he has the authority to just toss people out of the movement. And I really enjoy the way that Nick opens this call up with him, where he just goes, he's like, so did something happen, or is this out of the blue? Why is this happening? It's pretty funny to me. But we're gonna get into some of Nick's stuff here, in his he's gonna disavow you and run your name through the mud and shit like this, which I really don't understand, because I felt like you were far too supplicant to him when he was fucking shitting on you to your face, and he still, is being like this. I don't know what loyalty is enough, because it's not just loyalty to him or to the ideals of the movement. It's you have to be loyal to his jester. Like, can you imagine, you have to swear a pledge of allegiance to the court jester of King Arthur or something like this in feudal times? Like, this is the equivalent of what he's fucking putting forward. Like, if you don't bow low before my court jester, then you can't be a part of this. It's
it's just ironic that when Nick called into my show, he was lampooning, my fact I was a Marine, and he said, well, you were in the military, you're a Marine, right? You should know how to respect a hierarchy and obey your superiors. Well, like I said on a BPF stream, in the Marine Corps or in the military, who your chain of command is. Everybody from the commandant to your, first sergeant, like everybody's portrait is on the wall of your drill hall. You know who everybody is. And in the military, officers are actually held to a higher standard than the men. And they're supposed to lead from the front. They're supposed to be running faster than everybody else during PT. They're supposed to be like an example to everybody else, right? Whereas with Beardson, he was actually claiming to not even be a leader. He was claiming to not even be AF. And then I was pushing back against him, and I'm out. It's just laughable, honestly.
No, there's a lot of people that want the perks and the privilege and the trappings of being a leader. But
Exactly.
They don't want any of the responsibility or the accountability that comes with being a leader.
And if you want to be a superior, if you want to fashion yourself my superior, then you should be superior to me. You should be stronger than me. You should be braver than me. You should be more dedicated than me. Beardson has shown none of these qualities.
Well, he is better at one thing. He's better at kissing Nick Fuentes' ass, is what he's better at than you. And that's just the truth. And that's what it comes down to. And, I don't really think that that's true leadership, but that's the mistake a lot of leaders fall into is, okay, I'm going to surround myself with yes men, guys who always kiss my ass, because I am infallible. And, a lot of leaders are usually talented people. And, unfortunately, when you're talented and you're great, sometimes you believe your own hype and your own bullshit, and you want people that'll only tell you that fucking shit. And that's what's happened. And it is a shame. But all right, let's get into this.
He's like the guy from Lord of the Rings, like Wormtongue or whatever, just like whispering the poison.
Yes.
This guy's got to go, man. I mean, for Nick's sake, at the very least, it's like this guy is just.
If Nick doesn't want to end up with a shotgun in his mouth at 25 or fucking wearing a dress and being then yeah, Beardson should probably go.
Good. How are you?
I'm going off tonight. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I heard. I can see that. So
He's drinking fucking Mountain Dew. Like,
what's
that weird gremlin laugh of his?
Give me the recap. Fill me in.
he's like, am I in trouble? Like, that's the laugh. Like, I hope I'm not in trouble. I did bad.
Yeah, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love when you do such a long stream and then I come in at the end and I'm like, do it again.
I would
Spark notes.
I wouldn't do it for anybody else, Nick, but for you, of course, we'll do it for
but
you.
for you, my
You're
liege,
good
my
friend.
king,
Yeah.
worship
bro.
before
Yeah,
you.
just
I
give
am
me
your
the-
jester.
Oh, he's sparking a smoke because he's
Yeah,
nervous.
the stress, the cope smoke.
Yeah.
The cope smoke.
Give me a spark nuts, will you?
Well,
Give me the TLDR.
I mean, it's like the same story every single time, man. It's like, you know, you get a bunch of these clout chasing, and in this case, it happens to be people that are doing really stupid shit, like I don't know, Kyle Clifton, pure politics, and these sorts of people that still want to associate with CWC even after he's been totally exposed as a backstabbing, traitorous. And they want to talk shit about me. And I've bitten my tongue for too long, and I've decided to finally come out against it. I'm done with it.
Finally come out.
Want to gossip about me, so I decided, you know, I'm gonna go off.
Did something new happen? Is there some like big development, or is this out of a clear blue sky? How is this?
My alimony payments, dude.
I
need
mean,
money.
it's a little bit of both.
I need to
It's a
create
little bit
some
of both.
drama, get some quick donos, buddy. Please, don't hold it against me. You know, I'm broke.
I saw that billboard, and I just thought that was the most thing in the world, to be honest with you. And it's like, these people are a liability, man. And also, they've been talking shit about me for 6 months. I mean, like, nonstop. And I've let it go for a little bit, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against Kyle in particular. I don't know if we ever even met. And same with the Grayson guy, Pure Politics. I don't know if we ever met either. I'm not like, I don't know to what extent we've interacted, but I didn't like that Kyle put out the billboard and he goes, you know, I was trying to raise money all week and then CWC gave me the money for it, thanks to him.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, for what it's worth, that's a guy who is explicitly against us. Like, I mean, you remember that he was talking to RPG because RPG's just turned into a full-blown hater, you know, as we all know. And CWC went down the same path. He's like, oh, well, I can't get any play with America First. And then he was talking trash behind our back and criticizing me and saying, you know, where's this platform? Yeah,
was it behind your back or was
here
it
now?
explicit?
You're welcome.
Big difference.
Isn't it so good to revisit it now that we're on Cozy? It just feels so delicious.
Yeah, that was a little funny. But yeah, so he was talking trash behind my back, and I said like, yeah, okay, so and like I was vindicated, and I was vindicated on the whole thing because he was very critical of the Louis Theroux situation. That turned out to be awesome.
What
Was it? Did I
Was it
watch
awesome?
this? Did I watch the same?
The
doc?
only thing I was critical about was Beerson being on it, and I was correct that Beerson's appearance was fucking embarrassing. Nick did pretty well, I'll admit, but Beerson,
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
Beerson in his hubris and arrogance doesn't understand that the BBC News crew included him in the documentary because Beerson is a fucking joke. He doesn't realize that his very presence in the documentary was a blow to AF. In his delusion, he doesn't realize that he was so pathetic, that he was the worst part of the documentary. All the bad optics in that documentary purely came from Beerson Beardley. All the bad press.
Baked also too.
But Beerson was by far the worst, and he knows it. I mean, he was beta. He got mogged by Louis Theroux, and he tried to throw him out after getting called out. It's just pathetic.
Well, Louis like destroyed his whole thing. He's like, so you're about optics, right? You're about getting away from the Nazi stuff. He goes, no, you had one job, Beardson. You threw a Roman. Like, whoa, Beardson. Like, what are you fucking?
Couldn't even like own it, you know. He could have been like, well, you know, David Bowie did it, you know. Like, I was just joking around. He had to do this like beta, like, no.
Yeah, there's ways around it. There's ways to be like, no, I was kidding. You know, like, don't they always use irony?
It's like, do it or don't, man. But like, he did it in the worst possible way. He's just like, no, man, no. Why do you think I'm a white supremacist, man? Like, kicks him out. And then, you know, there's the articles in the Daily Mail, like, this weedy little guy tried to kick me out.
Which, by the way, we reviewed the entire doc on the Gum Road down there. We showed 15 seconds of it on a show here and instantly shut down because I guess they have like an auto thing that locks it down. But if you're interested, guys, we have it down there. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
And I said, hey, like, I think you want to play with AF.
There,
I think you sort of reluctantly know you have to work with us, but I don't think you like us. I don't think you like me. I don't think you really care about what we're doing here. I think you're really just, trying to bandwagon onto it. And he was like, no, that's not what it is at all. And I said, you're coming across as insincere. And then RPG has a falling out with him, publishes all the texts. And he's talking behind our back, saying how, basically confirming everything we said. And then I say, yeah, okay, so I was right. This guy's not one of us. Then he goes all in against us, right? And he starts talking trash openly and criticizing.
All in, by the way.
Are you against what, like, you were just trying to reinforce what their values are supposed to be? We should be doing this, and less of this and that, right? It was a fair statement that you made there, but they change their views on things like Beardson, incel one day he's not an incel, but you have to you have what you believe is what the values are supposed to be, right?
I mean, I don't get how he can claim that I'm all in against them when I've been trying to mind my own business for 6 months. I've been trying to organize.
But that's the thing too. It's like, I wondered why you didn't just come on, with us 6 months ago and blister these, but you didn't. And even now you're still holding back some against Nick and not being like, Nick, he has no redeeming value, he's a piece of shit. You still are being very respectful to him, which is a restraint that I would not have if I was you, but good on you for being principled that way. But for real, like, these fuckers, like, act like that, he turned on us right away. Where were all the streams with all the dirt where you were shit talking? I never saw them.
Right, the delusion that I don't also have contacts in AF. Like, I know multiple people in the AF intern program that are still friends with me, that are still very much fans of the Culture War Criminal. I know, I'm even still friendly with a lot of Cozy TV streamers, But again, because I believe, hey, you know what? People have to understand, and I hope Nick understands too, that Beardson Beardley is only popular because Nick is protecting him. And at the end of the day, the criticism that I gave was merely to help the movement, because are we not fighting for our people? Are we not trying to help the white American people? Are we not trying to help bring Catholic values back into the forefront of politics? These are things that are much bigger than any one of us, and our egos have to take the sideline when we're trying to win this battle. Multi-generational struggle, as Dick himself has said. And let's not forget, I actually became a streamer. I essentially self-doxed after Nick put out the call for more young men of character to step up. So yes, I do believe in the cause. And I hope that these people hear what I'm saying and understand that in no way did I benefit from getting kicked out of the movement for speaking my piece. These are things that have to be said.
Well, that's why we wanted you on, buddy, because we wanted you on because we feel as, like, I've been watching this Beardson stuff for about like a few months since Ashton started talking about it before we even had our show. But for him to be able to have like a big platform and just completely like throw you like in the mud constantly, I was like, I think we should get CWC on when you had reached out, right? I mean, we should get him on the show to finally like speak his fucking piece, because these guys for 6 months just don't stop berating him, and I think he needs an audience like that will at least hear him out for a second. And you have your own
appreciate
audience. Well, you have your own audience, and like you said, you're still friends with some of the AF people, but just amplify it, right?
You bring up the Catholic thing, and what's interesting to note is you are Catholic and Beardson is not.
Yes.
But the movement is supposedly based on Catholic values. I would just say this though: when was the last time Nick was at mass?
Yeah, well, we got we got Protestants and Jews and Mormons, but
I'm not even Catholic, and I was probably at mass, more often than Nick. Like, I went a couple years ago to Mass. I'm not even Catholic. I imagine Nick hasn't been since he was a boy, to be honest. I've never seen any proof of him being involved with the local church or anything like that. So I don't know. I don't know how much the movement is really steeped in those Catholic values. To me, it seems to have precisely fucking all to do with it.
It's
but
money.
I understand.
You know, I will say, you know, you've commented on how I've held back and I've had restraint when it comes to attacking Nick and the movement as a whole. The reason that is in my experience, you know, all of my local crew, you know, some of them are still AF people, a lot of them are. The people I've met are actually genuinely Catholic. And, you know, this is a weird exception to the rule that usually leaders tend to be more elite than the followers. And AF is actually a situation where people like Beardson are actually worse than the average Joe, if that makes sense. You know, this is actually a very like upside down kind of hierarchy where, you know, the people I meet are very level-headed, down to earth. Like, I was on Omegle the other day, and I was on the politics tag, and there's quite a few guys that recognized me. You know, one guy called me a wignat and, you know, left the call. But, like, I had 3 other guys like, hey, you're a culture war criminal, aren't you? And all 3 of these young guys said, they're like, oh, yeah, you know, like, we're here for Kai Clips. He's cool. But they're like, well, I heard a lot of bad things about you. And I'm like, well, yeah, Beardson doesn't like me. They're like, oh, well, you know, I don't like that Beardson guy. But, you know, I can't say that. I can't be heard saying that. And all these dudes are like in college. You know, they have a lot of potential. But this guy is so delusional. He thinks that he is above all these people, milking them for money. But he doesn't understand that the average activist does not need people like Beardson Beardley. And the sword of Damocles is above his head. His days are numbered.
They don't identify with him. These guys are young. They're college educated. A lot of them from traditional Christian backgrounds. Maybe not Catholic, but they might be Baptist, Hardline, or Church of Christ, or Lutheran, whatever their denomination might be. This sort of a person, a hipster, a soulless bugman consumer type, the only reason he's a part of this movement is because he's a contrarian. Because it's a contrarian take for him because he's a hipster. That's how he ended up here.
Yeah, he's a racist hipster. I mean, he's like a Reddit bug man, going to punk rock concerts. I mean, come on, man.
Everybody. And it's really like none of this should really be complicated. It's like we're America first. You're either with us, and if you're with people that hate us, you're clearly not with us. Like I can't associate with people. I can't support and befriend people that are friends with people that are actively trying to attack me and undermine what I'm doing. Like, I don't know. I don't understand why why that's so difficult for people to comprehend. And it's not personal. It's just, you can't run anything like that. I don't get it. Like, you have these people that are antisocial, dysfunctional, like they're antagonistic to our stated objectives. They literally just see their own, like you said, it's clout chasing. They literally just see their own advantage in this. They see this as a vehicle for them to propel themselves. You know, they get outed for that, and then they turn into our biggest enemy. And then you get people that are trying to be a part of this thing, associating with those people. Like,
biggest enemy,
that just isn't going to work. So, it's a shame because I like what Kyle's been doing. I liked his expose on the Turning Point thing.
Yeah, that was great.
That was awesome. It was, you know, some questionable choices for the presentation, but the stuff was really good.
Yeah.
And he got some scalps. You know, he got some Turning Point scalps. God bless him for that. And he wears the hat, and I know he's active in Arizona, right?
He wears the hat.
And that's great. But when he says that, it's almost when he says, I was trying to get money. It's like, well, you know, why didn't you ask me? If you want to be AF, you want to be a part of this, why didn't you come to America First for that to say, no one would fund this, but then this guy came and saved the day.
He calls himself the Dawn
it's almost,
here in a minute.
He does? No.
It's like a backhanded way of saying, like, the AF movement didn't do anything, but this guy stepped in, and, you know, this guy deserves the credit. It just rubbed me the wrong way. You know, it's not a big deal in itself, but it's just like something where I was like, I don't know if I love that. And I didn't like the billboard either. I thought the billboard, I thought it hit the wrong note. I don't think that was, it's just not the right approach. And I said this to some guys that I know. It's like to blend the internet, like our internet background, with the real world application. It's actually a very tricky thing to do. It actually takes a little bit of tact. It's a very delicate thing, and you could see why this is the case. Many people have tried to bring internet into the real world, like when Sargon ran for office, when some of these other meme candidates run for office, and we've seen the story play out many times. People try to bring the internet world into the real world, and often the application is a miss. Often the transition from the online medium to the real world,
like
it just hits the wrong note.
Groiper.
Yeah. With the 15-year-old kid in tow? What was his name? I don't even remember, but he got doxxed, this underage kid.
Oh, yeah. That poor kid, man. I remember I taught him how to tie a tie on stream.
That's right.
And that was really a touching moment because, this kid did not even know how to tie a tie. I mean, that just goes to show, that there are young people involved. There's young men that get doxxed. I mean, that does have a serious impact on your life.
He's 15. His life is already kind of...
Yeah.
He goes to apply to college. They're going to look him up. They're going to see he was at this event.
And, good on that kid for having the balls to step up and show his face out there, But, I mean, a lot of people didn't know what they were signing up for. They didn't expect to hear,
that's the thing,
this is going to be the most racist, anti-Semitic speech ever, and everyone's like, you see me, I'm standing next to this Asian chick. We got a bunch of people. Yeah. We're all, everyone's kind of like, haha, yeah. But it's like, well, I mean, I guess we crossed the line.
It's
of
like some Icarus level shit. Like,
but look, I mean, to Nick's credit, I think he did actually, reach out to that guy's family. But there are a lot, like, as a streamer, like when I do events and I have local groypers show up to my stuff, like when we did the Ashley Babbitt vigils we did it every single weekend for like 5 months. We did the Ashley Babbitt vigils. You have to understand, you have a duty to your men. You have a duty to the people that show up to like not screw up the optics, because people when they put their hearts and hands into the circle, when people put their reputations on the line for something, you have a responsibility rather as a leader, to lead to the best of your ability. So
that's what we heard about Richard Spencer, and that's what we heard about Cantwell and Heimbach and all the rest of them. But now, no longer. It doesn't matter. The leader is blameless. The leader is faultless. Do as you're told. Nod your head. Be a good soldier. But, you have to question this stuff. One final point, and then we'll get back to it. But I really genuinely think, I think Nick is very jaded about how he got f***ed at Charlottesville. Mm-hmm. And he feels like he got outed at that time and it ruined his life. And now I feel like he doesn't give a shit if that happens to other young guys. It's almost like he wants to drag them down with him, that level, which I think is a real shame, because there are real consequences to this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he feels. I'm not inside his head, but there is a lot of talent in the movement. There are a lot of great people that are producing real art, real value.
Editing.
I mean, there's and a lot of guys like Nuke Telly and other content creators were purged, Panther Den, all these people. There's a real talent. There's real potential there, and this doesn't have to be life ruining. And I've always advocated for building parallel structures, building a parallel economy, starting businesses. I mean, honestly, from what I've seen on the ground, working on the ground with the rank and file groyper, I mean, honestly, right-wing dissidents in general, if we actually were able to stop this stupid infighting and work together, we could actually lift up the average person. We could actually make money. And let's not beat around the bush. There's fucking money in dissident right-wing politics. Let's share the wealth. Let's actually help these young men.
There used to be, but the money now is in the drama is the problem, and that's what they see. They're like, well, Beardson sees I make more money when I infight and cause fucking problems, so that's what I'm going to do.
Well, also one thing is that I keep seeing, and that's standing out like a sore thumb, besides the activism or anything, really, is just all the talk about hating women and being an incel. That's like literally 90% of their talking points now. So like, yeah, there might be some talent and people doing good things, but don't you think, CWC, that the movement is being like the waters are muddied with this talk of women, don't date women, don't do this, don't do that, don't start a family, basically like holding people down, making people feel guilty,
that's the other thing. It's like these young men, they've got the spark in their eyes, they've got their whole lives in front of them. It's like, look, listen, kid, don't let this failed 33-year-old divorcee let you think that you're never going to get laid, you're never going to get married. I mean, in my experience, what we do, me and my Nationals crew, we roll out, we're all, we're in our suits, we're going up to a rally, we're acting like we own the place. I mean, women respect the confidence, they respect the, bravado and all that. It's entirely possible to improve your lot in life, to work out, to dress better, practice good hygiene, like basic fucking things, basic grooming, how to tie a tie, how to dress up, how to be a freaking man for once. I mean, this should be a opportunity for right-wingers, for these older guys that have been in the movement, to teach the younger men a proper workout regimen.
Exactly.
How to be better than the average bear. For God's sake, we go to a rally, we're the only young men there. Hell, even a few weeks ago, I was at the failed truckers convoy. The men I brought with me were the only guys under the age of 30 there. I mean, frankly, there's no competition because we all know women dominate politics in a decadent democracy. There's too many freaking women involved. But that also means there's not a lot of men showing up either. So there's no excuse. I mean,
well, and also,
we also have to recognize that half of the electorate is female. Now,
more than half, actually.
People it's actually more than half because women are more active voters than men. Because a lot of men are disillusioned with society, have given up completely. But the reality is, if you're going to win elections, which is what America First is supposed to be about, subverting the GOP to a more nationalist way and winning elections, that's what the promise was. That's what I was told during the days when Richard Spencer was the leader of the white race. I was told that America First was about optics, taking over the GOP, taking over Turning Point USA, bringing these institutions towards a more nationalistic worldview. This is not what I am seeing. What I am seeing is a Mexican child and a hobbit turning it into a personality cult to make money.
Yeah,
that's what I see. I don't see what I see the same afflictions as happened in that movement with egos, with infighting, with drama, with unoptical bullshit. I just wonder, when is the point when you actually start to win some elections or even put candidates forward? It just doesn't make sense.
Or raising up your people into becoming better people, like working out, how to talk to females, and be sociable.
There's a lot.
That's really the difference, like we've been regularly, like I said, the local nationalist crew here in Orange County, it's like hiking, exercise, MMA training, we pool our resources. Like there are so many things that we could be doing, especially with the amount of money in the movement. There's really no excuse. And our men should be actually leaving each gathering better off than when they arrived.
We always focus on the things we can't control. Like we can't control what Kevin McCarthy is going to, put forward as the agenda in the House. We can't control Mitch McConnell. We can't control these rhinos, people who are Israel first. What you can control is your own diet or your workout or, your personal habits or, going out and getting women. These are things that you can work on, that you do have control over. And that's why I've always emphasized the local level. I'm not a political leader by any means. I don't want to be. I don't think I'm an example enough to lead people. Okay? But I think that you have to focus on the local level and on your individual decisions. Otherwise, because you're not going to change the world, but you can change yourself and you can change the corner of the world that you're in. That's what I believe.
Exactly.
And
anyway,
even like someone like me, I'm not that political at all, but I'm an observer. I'm like a political observer, and I like take it all in and sort of like make up my own opinions from what I see. And I'm interested in politics, but now when I see like a guy call in to Nick and he's like, "Don't work out," I'm like, "What? Like this is fucking insane." And then you're making men feel bad for like, I kind of like this girl. I want to kiss her on the lips. And you like making them feel bad. And now they're going to like grow up to be, so like social pariahs, like all awkward and uncomfortable. And then they're going to wake up at 30 and go, I want a wife. I want kids, but I have not developed any of these skills that are required to attract a female. You know what I mean?
Are we supposed to be making more white children? Isn't that the whole point?
That's the whole point that Nick keeps saying and all these people keep saying. But like, if you're saying being with a chick is bad and therefore you're not going to be with one, therefore no kids, this is the last generation of you guys that are going to ever exist. That's it.
It's funny because Bierce has dropped the LARP of being an incel. He's like, very crudely saying he wants to fornicate with a woman, like he even dropped the delusional LARP that he is above any kind of sexual appetite whatsoever. Any man with a shred of testosterone wants to be with women. That's innate to us. It's part of what makes us men.
Exactly.
Now he's just bitterly seething for like what, again, whoring himself out, embarrassing himself for money on the internet. And he tries to delete the VODs, but the internet is forever, right?
Squires.
I got people.
Squires forever.
Squires there. Shit. How much longer do we have in this clip?
Got,
I think we are
as long as it needs to take.
We're at 27 out of 45.
All right, I think we are having a pretty productive discussion, to be honest. A lot of people always, the show is drama. Well, this time on the show, CWC, we're talking about some actual things you might be able to do, some solutions. People say it's a cope. Whatever, you can be as black-pilled as you want to be, and I am a very black-pilled guy.
Same.
I find it very hard to believe in a political solution because of the state of the institutions in the West. But, I do believe that you can have an individual solution at least and take care of your family and the people around you. But anyway, enough of my virtue signaling shit.
I'll white pill you, PPP. Just wait.
Obviously, not everything that's online transfers, the appeal doesn't really transfer into the real world very well. And so it actually takes a little bit of skill to do that. And, when you put out a billboard that says, "Oh, Joe Ken is Israel first" with like a fucking groiper next to it, it's like, that's an example of something where it misses the mark a little bit. It sort of misses the mark.
I think it does. I mean, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading this the wrong way. I think it was a net negative. To me, it almost reads as like a ad for Joe Kent. I mean, if any like boomers, that most boomers support Israel, and they're going to read like, "Oh, he's Israel first. Wow, that's great. That's awesome. I'm going to vote for that guy." You know what I mean? It's like, and I agree with your assessment. Like, I think the Joe Clifton or whatever, like you said, the TPUS thing, that was awesome, and I praised that when it happened. I was like, dude, that's great. Keep it up. But again, it's this association. Like I'm sorry, maybe I'm a little too hardline on this or whatever. Maybe I'm taking the bulldog thing a little too seriously. But I have no tolerance for anyone wants to continue to associate with CWC. And I
like how they make me out to be the devil.
Actively trying.
I'm Satan. Yeah. It's a Horus heresy. I'm the ultimate enemy. Again, thank you for building up the mythos, the culture war, lore. Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
To undermine us. It wasn't like it was just like, oh, he had a falling out or he stepped away. It's like, no, this guy was actively talking shit about every single one of us. Nick, Jaden, myself, everyone in America First. And like, you want to take money from this guy, you want to publicly associate with this guy, you want to hang out with this guy IRL, which there's been multiple times of that happening. And maybe it is a little bit personal for me too, because again, like this whole, it's like this whole little clique out there in Arizona. It's him, it's that Ethan Schmidt, it's that DMs me every day trying to get a shout out. It's pure politics, which who has done nothing but talk shit about me. But
how
of
dare
course,
he
at
try
Act
and
3,
network? Was he not kissing your ass hard enough? I have a super cut, man. We are going to be pressed for time, but I do have a supercut that shows the hypocrisy of Beardson 100%. The difference between Baked and Ethan Schmidt. It's crazy to me.
Unreal.
Because, I mean, at least Ethan Schmidt, I think, is in the right place when he goes out and with these workers. Like, he believes in fighting the mask mandate. He believes in that stuff. Baked doesn't believe in any of that shit. And so that's the real difference in their behavior. For me, I may not agree with either of their behavior. I think there are more effective ways to get a message across than going and harassing Wages. At the same time, Nick sent out the call to harass Wages. I heard it on the show. I have it in the clip, but anyway, we gotta go.
Picture. Of course he did, right? But he's done nothing but talk shit about me for 6 months, and then there's CWC. It's this group of 4 people that all happen to be IRL friends
More
together,
than that, buddy.
and they all happen to be doing this thing out west where there's nobody else, and they all want to associate with this CWC regardless of what he's done to America First, but then they want to be like, oh, well, I'm still America First. I'm just associating with people that actively want to undermine it. It's like, yeah, no, you can't have your cake and eat it too. It's not how it works. You're either in this or you're not, plain and simple.
Well, that's why, or sorry, if I can just jump in.
Like, we've got our own thing going. We've got our own thing
going.
going.
No one cared, but
You just sliced it out. No.
I just cut
Brutal.
it off. No one cares.
Like a family that we've created. That's how it feels, at least to me, is
The
we've
family.
got this family. We've got, I wouldn't call it an organization because it's looser than an organization, but we've got a community here. We've got a scene here. And, we have to be very, I think, protective of what we've built here, because clearly, I mean, we've really got it going on. We've got all the energy. We've got all the excitement. We really have something special here, and I never take that for granted. I don't think any of us should take that for granted. This platform, the conference, this community, like, it's something that
Our
builds
friends.
every year. Exactly, friends, and I consider you guys family. I absolutely consider everyone in here family. It's
Same.
like my brothers.
Poor guy.
And
Holy man, this
here's
is
the
like
thing.
when the
I mean,
call
we are in a
center
political-
told me we were family. Like, you ever worked at one of these like wagey jobs and they tell you that we are your family now. Don't worry about your actual family at home. We're your family. Come work 60 hours. Come work overtime. We got to go to the events afterwards together. And you just get like indoctrinated into the cult of that workplace.
But God forbid you go, hey, why do we do that thing? Then you're banished. You were never family. I always knew he was a piece of shit,
No, but that's the control they get because dissident right-wing spaces, a lot of the time, your friends will leave you, your real-life friends, if you're open about it. Sometimes your family will disavow you and leave. So then all you have are these people. And then the power that they have is to, on a dime, if you criticize the leader, take away your new family, take away your friends, leave you isolated and alone until you completely submit again, and that's just sad. But that's how a lot of organizations like this are working. And I hate to see it in America First, but it is almost like a cult-like atmosphere. And Nick has said, I played clips where he says, I want this to be like a cult. We have to be like a cult. I don't know. I prefer independent thinking. I think independent thinking is how you end up in the dissident right in the first place, or in dissident politics. And so to discourage criticism and independent thought, I think is antithetical to all of the principles that lead you to this point. I don't know. That's just me, but
movement here, and I do believe like we should have an eye towards having allies. I want to cooperate with people that share our goals. I want to cooperate with people that like us and everything.
They're not me.
But it's predatory and pernicious when you have people that, like, they are their own thing. They're, like you said, they're their own clique, their own clan, and it's almost like a virus. It's like they see themselves, they inject themselves onto the host, and they try to instrumentalize the host for their own benefit. And we're just not about that. Like, I have to protect the community and prevent people from coming into this thing and making it work.
But what if the host starts going off the rails, and you're like, whoa, hang on, bro. No, if he changes his mind and it's completely the opposite of everything that you signed up for, you better not question him. You better switch gears there too, right? Yeah.
Work for them. And basically what I suspect is that this Grayson guy and Kyle, as much as I like Kyle, as much as I thought that what he did with Turning Point USA was great, I don't know Grayson too well. So I'm sort of neutral towards them, but what I'm the impression that I'm getting is that they're loyal to CWC, who does not like us, who is trying to undermine us, who is trying to instrumentalize what we're doing. And he, like I said, he doesn't like us. He doesn't like our scene. He says he doesn't like gamers. He doesn't like our approach. He doesn't like. He's not on board.
You don't like gamers.
I've literally I played Red Orchestra 2 on stream hundreds of times.
No, but how is that like a litmus test? I understand. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's pro-choice. He can't be in the movement.
Yeah, does Jared Taylor like gamers? Is Jared Taylor a big gamer? Is Marjorie Taylor Greene a gamer?
I don't know.
Is Michelle Malkin a big gamer? I mean, come on.
Is Pat Buchanan a big gamer? Yeah. Pat Buchanan thinks video games are really sweet and cool? I don't know.
The approach, and these guys are loyal to him. He's an entryist. He's sort of wants to come into our scene and sort of use it to grow his own brand as a vehicle for his own personal thing. And when you see these guys and they're throwing him a bone and they're showing deference to him, it's like, okay, well, they're not with us. They're with him. And he's not with us. He's about him. And that's different than an ally. It's one thing to have an ally who is a tangent, or adjacent, who is beside you. It's another thing to have somebody that wants to come into your home and eat all the food out of your refrigerator and slap the host in the face, which is, basically how I view it. It's just not, it's not being a good guest.
Like me and my buddies didn't all get doxxed and put our reputations on the altar of America first. Like we didn't organize Ashley Babbitt vigils every single weekend for 5 months straight with no outside funding. Not a single shout out from any of these people. Nobody forwarded any of our shit on Telegram. The gall to actually accuse us of benefiting or having greed as any one of our motivations, when we have all suffered immensely, and mind you, continue to suffer for this. My good friend was just doxxed 2 weeks ago by Antifa. They've been trying to dox him for over a year because he was AF. He was organizing and rallying at these AF rallies. They doxed him as a groyper over a year after the last, rally that they saw him at. So people are still suffering here in Orange County. People that I care about, these young men and women that I have to see every week, and I have to see them tell me about the stress in their life, that they've been doxed, that their girlfriend left them because of all the pressure, all the death threats, all that. Do these people not understand that these things have effects on people, that this shit actually affects young men and women? It changes the trajectory of their lives. And people actually, people are blackpilled, sure. You know what? You can think that the cause is lost. But the one thing that I'm never going to lose sight of is the fact that there are people that actually believe in sacrificing comfort in their lives. I know that there's people that believe in the cause still, and they're still suffering for it. So we can't lose sight of the fact that people are suffering for this. And you know what? Outcast me if you want, but don't forget that you're screwing over 25 plus people that also roll with me here in Orange County. You're also screwing over all of those people. All the people in Arizona too. It's disgusting.
And those are people that you have to look in the eye and that you know in real life. Whereas,
I see them every week.
Yeah, they're super chatters. Do they see them? Do they look them in the eye? Maybe at a conference once a year. About it. So to me, that's not real organization. To me, anyway. You have to have flesh and blood, reality. Come back to reality. We are in a digital age, sure, but only things that really matter are what you have in the tangible reality around you.
Exactly.
But we've lost sight of
flesh and blood.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just
I don't know. We've lost sight.
Yeah. So that's the concern, because like I said, seems like a good guy. I like his activism and everything, but when he says that about CWC, it's spitting at me. I mean, that is an insult to me. I do take it that way, and he knows the history. He's up with CWC. He follows this stuff. I just unacceptable. I just do not accept that. You can't be throwing a bone to a guy, like you said, that is disrespectful to everyone in this thing, disrespects me, disrespects what we've built. That's just not how we operate. We don't play that way. And that's going to be the demise of this thing. That's called letting the fox in the hen house, is when this just becomes like a big fucking... I don't even know. Everybody can come in and rape this movement for their own benefit. It just, that's not how this is going to go. Half-Pack 3 was a big...
So, I like that visual. I didn't catch that last time I watched this.
I'll say this as like an outsider, as like an observer. I really don't know what the AF movement is like anymore. Like, it's just been a scattershot of like so many different points of view. I really feel like it's not a singular movement. Am I wrong in thinking this?
I mean, I think so. I mean, at AFPAC 3, I thought it was very disjointed because you have Marjorie Taylor Greene come on as the keynote and say that race isn't real and that, you know, we need to unite and quote Dr. King. And then Vincent James comes on and starts talking about racial crime stats and IQ and the reality of race. And to me, that's very disjointed. And then you have Sheriff Joe Arpaio coming on, talking about how he has mixed race grandkids and getting booed for that, when that's normally an applause line for him. Grandpa Joe didn't know where he was. And again, the whole message is very disjointed.
Stu literally shitting on the keynote speaker.
You know, and then it's Nick shitting on Stu, but it's like, did you vet Stu? Because you're calling Stu out for being a criminal now and a rapper.
Well, he admitted to not reading any of the speeches of any of the people.
But to me, that's not proper leader. Like, everybody needs to be on the same page, and there needs to be, and this is what I don't understand, why Nick has never concretely put forward his views. Why is there no Nick Fuentes manifesto? Where are the core principles and tenets that guide the movement? Any serious intellectual movement has it written at least somewhat in stone what its tenets are. We don't know. Is the movement race realist? Is it ethno-nationalism or is it civic nationalism? What is the state of this movement? It's always been confused and muddled because Nick doesn't even know.
Well, then what are the leaders of AF? Is Baked Alaska, who goes out and maces people, plays N-word donos with Keemstar yelling the N-word there, like the people who are like working at a gas station, and then battling people with his like black friend. He wakes up and then all this crazy.
I was in that gas station stream when he was in LA. That was my first time on a live stream.
Well, it wasn't that one I was talking about, but I remember that one as well. Where and that's where I first had ever seen you. I was watching that on Twisted Mind with Kyler, but here's the thing: is whenever I hear America First, I have to go like, what version of it? Like what? I don't get it. Like like you said, there's no tenets, there's no core principles, there's no like point form. Like even if it's like a Google Drive text document point form. We believe this.
I don't know. I used to think it was like Patrick Buchanan style, like Death of the West type talking points. But then it's like, don't have girlfriend, or we're going to discourage girlfriends and discourage, attempting to counteract demographic replacement. But then that's all irony. But what are the real positions then? Because you can only go so far. If Nick was just to say, look, I'm an entertainer, I'm like Sam Hyde or whatever, and, I'm just doing this to try and raise awareness in what way I can, but I'm not actually the leader, that's fine. But when you say you are the leader, he's going to say in this that he is a sovereign. When you are the sovereign, you need to have a certain level of accountability. You can't bullshit us like this. What is the plan?
That's my point. Is I don't get So
tent, but everybody in there was respectful of what we did. Everyone in there was
and that's why I wanted CWC on, because when I first heard about America First and their points of view, CWC does what I thought it was. until I started seeing this other shit, and I'm like, whoa, I don't get it now. I really don't. But you're like, it's not just me. It is a scattershot of ideas, and they'll one day say that they're attracted to females, and the next day say females need to stay away and never be around. And then I'm like, okay, I don't.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we gotta play this. But I one more.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing too is, you know, this is supposed to be a serious movement, but Nick can't even start his streams on time. You know, when he's debating Destiny today, he's 20 minutes late. A lot of people thought that he was bailing out of the debate, when usually it's the left-wingers that's late, or you know, the optics we always try and maintain are that the leftists are bailing out or whatever. He's 20 minutes late, hasn't combed his hair, his suit is wrinkled and disheveled.
He looks out of it.
And he looks out of it. And it's like, you have the opportunity to debate Destiny. An opportunity a lot of people in the right wing would fucking die for.
Well, we were
and this is how you show up for it.
His show last night, I was gonna do maybe like a clip or whatever, had the OBS ready. Totally forgot I had his stream minimized, right? Literally, at 2 a.m, I'm editing some stuff on Premiere, and I just hear, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And he starts, and I'm like, "Wait, is he live?" 5 hours late, and I was like, "Wait, is this live?" I couldn't even. He doesn't acknowledge, "Hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm late." Right? People on Telegram, were, like in his chat, were saying, "Oh, he canceled or didn't cancel, or this or that, the other." They all thought it was pre-recorded, and I'm like, "Is this pre-recorded?" Like, I didn't. But finally, he acknowledges, "No, it's not pre-recorded." Well, at least come in and go, "Hey guys, sorry for being late. This is what happened." But there's no explanation. It's just like, "Hey guys, it's gonna be an awesome show tonight." And I'm like, "Wait, you're 5 hours late, bro. Tell them, why are you late?" We panic if we're 1 minute late. We're like, "Dude, it's 9:25. We start 5 minutes early, so our timer ends at the time the show starts." That's what we do. Like like Ashton and I, we panic.
But we're not saving America.
Exactly, and we're just guys doing whatever funny thing.
There's an urgent mission to turn back the clock, to turn back the decline, and you're having a 2-hour shower, according to Jaden. That's why you're not streaming, because you're in the shower for 2 hours.
Well, it was daylight savings time.
Or you wake up at 9 in the evening.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these boomers who's like, you got to be up by 5 a.m. But you should probably be up by noon, or at least 3 in the afternoon, not 9 in the evening. I don't know how you conduct a business or any organization waking up at 9 at night and then having a 2-hour shower. But that's me.
Appreciative. And Stu Peters is like another good example. We welcomed him in. We were prepared to welcome him in. We gave him a platform on Cozy. And what did he do? He took a shit on our stage that we have collectively for 5 years. I mean, that's the culmination of 5 years of what this movement has done. And he just used it as an opportunity to make a bigger name for himself. And that's not okay. Like, we've got to be protective of what we've built. We can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Take it for granted. And so, tricking anybody, you didn't get one past the goalie. Do you think you're and it's like, it's me. I'm the most vindictive person there is. You think you're going to get one past the goalie? Like, I don't notice that.
Like, as the leader of something, you're the most vindictive person.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. I really have to use the bathroom. Do you want me to play it?
Just play it. Just play it.
I had 4 bottles of water. I'm going to piss my pants. Yeah. 1 second. All right.
Just play it.
I mean, I try not to be. I'm trying to get better about the petty slights, but that, you know, you're not going to get that one past the goalie with me. I mean, that's just.
Well, as it turns out, every.
Wait a minute.
I don't know, Nick, because every go off stream I have, you're texting like, "Hey, let me on." So I don't know, but I think you do secretly enjoy it, but
I do. I love the go off. I love the go off stuff. Well, I just love. I like content. You know, that's the thing. All these people are always giving me a hard time. I was thinking about it. You know, people give you and Baked Alaska the most shit, but I'm like, and don't get me wrong. I mean, some of the things that people say about you or Baked, and even me, and anybody for that matter. I mean, we're entertainers, so we are rough around the edges. Like, we're not perfect people, but
True.
Like, that's internet content. What I love about live streams and internet content,
I thought he
and
was
Twitter
a leader,
is because
not an
it's free,
entertainer.
it's authentic, it isn't polished, it isn't perfect, but it's always on, and it's always entertaining, and it's always something, you know. So I love that about this stuff. And with you guys in particular, you guys are the biggest, most entertaining streamers on the platform, or at least two of them, you and Baked. And Kai, obviously, you're a good streamer too, but you don't get half as much shit as Beardson and Baked. I mean, these guys are like...
No, they take the slings and arrows.
We're the tanks. We're the tanks of America First. We're the tanks. Kai's like, I don't know, the healer. He's our heel slut, you know?
He's the ice sage.
I'm the diplomat.
Very professional.
Yeah. But I look at the day to day. I look at the Cozy platform, and it's like, who are our biggest streamers? I mean, you and Baked are always at the top because you're great.
All right, sorry about that, guys. Anything to talk about, or
You missed nothing.
Yeah, he missed nothing. But they're saying, you know, Beardson and Baked are the top performers on the site, and it's like, look, this is a perfect example where addition by subtraction is a real thing. Yeah, they might be bringing in people, but are they bringing in the right people? Are they bringing in the correct crowd? Or are they just bringing in degenerates that want to watch a guy bite the head off a chicken? You know, what are they actually bringing to the table?
Entertainers. I love entertainment. And that's really, in some sense, what we're in the business of is entertainment. I mean, I love entertainment. I love content. I love streaming. I love this stuff.
It's fine to be a political entertainer, the leader thing is where you fall off, in my opinion.
And you guys are in it. You wouldn't have 830 viewers if you weren't, you know? So I feel like this is like my bizarre.
830 viewers, by the way.
I feel like
1,003 watching right now.
Let's still, holy shit. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. We've been holding that 1,000, you know, just high 900s.
Let's
bring in the content.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's a big marathon tonight. I think we've kept it pretty high energy, to be honest. Like, the reason it's lasting so long is because you have a lot to say.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah. No, I like this. Yeah.
Like who's the boxing promoter who promoted Muhammad Ali, Barry something.
King.
I feel like Hollywood, like boxing promoter. I feel like that's really my true calling, is putting together the big show, putting together a big show, and
then being 5 hours late for it.
So
that
I love
sounds
it.
a lot like Ethan Ralph, you know, putting together the big show, or you know, P.T. Barnum also put together a big show.
How was his debate, by the way? Do you know?
I watched the first half hour, and I wasn't really impressed with either of them, to be honest.
Okay.
But I will probably do a review of it on Gumroad.
Oh.
For people who are interested, I will probably go through the Destiny and Nick debate.
Links down there.
But I don't know how much of value was actually said. This.
Awesome, cool. I'll look forward to that.
You know, where there's, and the thing too is, people think drama is bad. I think drama's good, because I think that, like, maybe I'm just biased because I like just kind of enjoy it, but like, confrontation and conflict is good. Yeah, that too. But it's like, it's good to call stuff out. It's good to be on top of things. Sometimes it's excessive, and you know, when it is, I'll say like, hey, like, we don't need to attack this guy. Hey, we don't need to do this. But I kind of like it because it keeps everybody aware. It's sort of like a social. It's like one of these processes that maintain stasis within our community. You know, it's sort of like a human body has a process. Like, the drama serves a purpose, actually, of like sort of community hygiene or something like that. Like, it definitely serves a function in the community.
Community hygiene. Oh my gosh, dude.
What a thing to say. I don't know. Just color me fucking or whatever, but couldn't community hygiene be done in a private setting, or you sit somebody, like, your talking points are like this?
Invoking shit like community hygiene, like these eugenicist talking points, like Beardson, like an Untermensch like Beardson wouldn't be the first one into the can if we were instituting any kind of social hygiene whatsoever. Like,
then
really,
they run
dude?
away. But then they run away from it when somebody like Louis asks them if they're in favor of something like that. So it's like we like to dog whistle with this eugenicist terminology, but then we aren't going to defend it. We're going to run away from it at every opportunity. Who is it meant for?
I mean, I hope he institutes actual true social hygiene, the law of the jungle. You know, I mean, if that's what it was like, you know, I would still be in it. Beardson would be, you know, somewhere else. But I don't know. We got this weird ass. I don't know what this is, but it ain't social hygiene. This is like dysgenics in action.
You have to be tolerant of it. You can't be one of these like. It's like rigid, sort of like, oh no, don't talk about this one. Don't say that. We handle things. It's like, I mean. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I feel like it's been that way for like 5 years, and I feel like we're the most anti-fragile community there is. So there must be something to it, you know. Maybe.
Go ahead. You're the most anti-fragile community there is? Okay.
Then why is this happening?
Why is this going on? You know? Oh my God.
Maybe I'm just wrong, but you know, you don't need to go to these other guys to do that. If you're with them, then you're with them. You're not with us. And that's just how it is. For him to say that, it's like, listen, if I'm the Don of America first, and you go and get money from some.
The Don.
He's the Don of the. Wait, you're either with us or you're with the terrorists.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Hang
the
on.
Dawn of this.
I have to put this. Here we go.
We're getting the Godfather orchestral suite going. Okay.
This is when you walk into Nick's office. This is what happens.
I've heard that you've been bad-mouthing gamers. I hear that you've been trying to get a girlfriend for yourself. You think that you can hold hands with a girl without my permission? Who the f*** do you think you are? I'm the Dawn of this movement. I put on the cat ears and dance. Real sexy like. Shake that dumper.
From some adversary.
That dumper.
It's almost
I'm
disrespectful.
the adversary.
Oh, I was
Satan.
trying to raise money all week. It's like, really? Because you know, my inbox is empty from you. So clearly, you know, you didn't try very hard. You know, you don't want our sponsorship. Okay. But yeah, so I didn't really appreciate that. But you know, he's just got a decision to make. But I don't like it. I smell the same thing that I did with CWC. It's you can't serve two masters. You can't be on board with one guy.
Quoting Jesus Christ, by the way. That's literally quoting Jesus Christ, by the way.
Cannot serve two masters.
Yeah, so
God
it's Jesus.
heaven.
I'm Satan, I guess. If he's Jesus, you know, I'm the Dark Prince himself.
Let me tell you there. I heard that you were getting an erection in the presence of a female. I heard that you were actually reading books instead of blindly trusting what I say. I heard even that you might be listening to somebody named Culture War Criminal. That can't be true, can it? You wouldn't do me like that. I'm your master.
On board with us, and you know, at some point you got to choose. I don't like to make people choose unless necessary. In this case, it's necessary.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is, man. It's like, sorry, I keep cutting you off, Kai, but you just, I'm sorry, you're new, so you don't get to talk. I'm sorry. It's just the way that this goes.
Wow.
But it was the same thing with like kind of like I mean, I don't know, and I hate to like look the 76 Fest people, for instance, right? Like I briefed them, you know, out of the goodwill of my heart about the whole like CWC thing, and they're like, well, we'll still let them attend our event. And it's like, well, okay, you can do that. I mean, and granted, they had shown me a great disrespect for beforehand, and I was like willing to look past.
A great disrespect.
Because they invited me to come as a speaker. They're like, yeah, you can come as a speaker and everything. And then they're like, oh, well, we don't have any more speaking slots available, but you can get a ticket at a discounted price. And I'm like, well, no, go yourself, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. But then it's like, well, I tell you all about CWC, and then you still want to allow them to attend your event, and yeah, I'm sorry, my hands are washed of it.
Yeah, well, and it's a very simple transaction, you know, to be explicit and overt about it. Here's how this works, you know.
Transaction.
Some people
you drop to your knees and you kiss my ring. You put on the cat ears and you dance. You do whatever I say, 'cause I'm your Don. I'm your godfather. And in exchange, you're gonna get donos from kids' trust funds, yeah. You're gonna be rich beyond your imagination, kid. Just put on the ears and dance that dumper for me. Yeah, we're gonna play Fortnite together. You like Fortnite, right, son? You wouldn't play any other games, would you? It's Five Nights at Freddy's and Fortnite from now on. No LA Noir. That's for Alright.
Like are confused about how this works or whatever, but like it's a trade. You know, you're loyal to me and you get access into this community of which I am the backbone of, essentially, in a certain sense. But that's the trade. You know, you trade your loyalty, you give loyalty to me and to this thing that I have led the creation of, and you get to take part in it. You get to participate in it. That's the trade. And the reason that the trade is that way, it's not because I have a show. It's because I'm the guy that built the platform. I'm the guy that puts on the conference. I'm the guy that raised the money for it. I'm the guy that's been doing this for 5 years, you know, and that's really sort of what like sovereignty is. Like that's kind of just what this is all about. And, you know, people sometimes don't want to hear it in exactly those terms, but, you know, just to make it plain for everybody, a decision maker, there has to be a guy with his signature on it and so on. I'm that guy. And it's like, so if you're not going to give me the respect and the loyalty that I'm owed, then, you know, you can't be a part of it. You can't enjoy the benefits. It's
like he's told, like, this is some crazy shit, man. But you have to have a certain level of confidence, almost a certain level of delusion about your abilities to believe that you could be the president or a high-level leader, but this is, like, beyond that. Like, this is, like, egomaniacal, psycho, like, you owe me your loyalty.
Hey, you know, I hope he backs it up. I hope he backs this shit up. You know, because Beardson's going bye-bye. If he actually wants to be a ruthless Don, you don't think some goober with a big mouth like Beardson's going to last more than 5 seconds? Of course not.
Well, if he's actually being interrogated by the feds, like, how long do you think he's going to hold out? Do you think he's going to fucking serve 10 years? Nick?
No.
Get real, Nick. He's not going to serve any time. He'll fucking turn on you like the rat that he is.
Like, it's like all these suitors going to Odysseus's house, going to his estate and eating all his food and sleeping on his couch and all that. Like it doesn't work like that.
Like
so, I mean, that's ultimately
you're Jesus,
what it's.
You're Odysseus. You're fucking Godfather. Like, holy fuck, man. There are a lot of roles that this man is fulfilling. All right.
If you no one ban Kylie, she could be a cutie girl. So I need.
What is he stemping?
I need that.
Whoa.
Stemping?
Whoa! What a betrayal!
Damn! What the hell?
Whoa! Afraid you're gonna be sleeping with the fishes, Beardson. You're simping for e-girls. You're gonna wake up with concrete galoshes, you fucking gabagool swine. You think that you have the fucking balls in front of Nicholas J. Fuentes, the leader of the white race, to simp for an e-girl on the day before his destiny debate? You've made a fucking mistake, son. No amount of dumper pumping will save you now, buddy.
God damn.
Do you have like a list of things that you're trying to get done that people can say, hey, I want to do that? You know what I mean? So they can see what you have, what your idea is, and then, you know, apply to do that.
Well, we're doing it. I mean, I have like 100+ interns that, you know, that do these projects. So we're not really looking for people to kind of, because at a certain point, what needs to happen is the benefit of like volunteers is You don't have to coordinate with them. You don't even have to fund all of it. You just put out a call and people help. The problem with it is that there's no quality control and you can't control the branding. And so like initially when we did Groyper War, we didn't really have the resources to coordinate everything. So we said, hey, just go and we got a big turnout, but there was a little bit hit or miss. You know, some of the questions were really good. Some of them weren't so good. Sometimes the branding was compromised. And so we're at the point now, thankfully, where we have the resources, where we have teams, and you know there can be direction on these things. And then ultimately, well, the area where we are going to need help is we want people to show up to his events. We want people to show up to everything that he does and heckle him and ask him tough questions and that kind of thing. But as far as the advertisements and the other stuff we're doing, you know, we've got plans for that, and we're handling that internally, basically.
Feminine butthole, I think is what you said.
What the?
Yeah.
He's so impish. He's like the way he just appears and disappears.
He's like a spirit, like a little elf messing with you.
Yeah.
If anything,
like a little goblin.
If anything, Kai's the cum. Okay. If I'm the dick, then Kai's the cum. Okay.
What?
You know, they're talking about who's the dick of the movement and who's the cum of the movement and who the tits of the movement are. And I don't know, man. This sounds like some fairy shit. It sounds like some a little bit queer there.
Yeah, we better hope Beardson's not the cum of the movement.
Somebody's gonna be sleeping.
He's been
with
shooting blanks for 12 years, man.
Oh,
poor guy.
I don't get that because he comes out of you. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Yeah, like
it's just
why did you have to say if I'm the dick? He must be. It's like
because it's like I don't know. I don't know. I create you. I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting at with
mentorship.
It's just it's such a joke because you're.
Is anyone else a bit confused?
I don't want to know.
I don't. Yeah, I don't even want to.
Kai's a nipple. Kai's a nipple.
He's the nipple. Yeah, him and Dalton are the two nipples of the movement.
That's my new TikTok. Is Kai.nips because my old one got deleted.
It looks like you're suffering over there, Ryan. It looks like you're like on the cross or something.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of all the guys like on house arrest, like to this day, like right now. You know,
they're talking about who's the nipple.
They're on house arrest and in solitary confinement, so we can find out who the nipple of the movement is. That's the sacrifice. They paved the way for this moment.
God damn, this is fucking. I really don't know the one sec, guys.
That's cat.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
High clips. I feel really good. I just had a big dinner. I just went out. Had a night. I treated myself. Had some good news. I may have some good news to share with you guys soon. Not really. Just has to do with me, but yeah. So I was celebrating a little bit.
Oh, you got a girlfriend?
Yeah, I'm sure that would be where your mind went.
Wait, whoa! Whoa!
Yep.
You think that you can disrespect me by implying I would ever be with a woman? You think that my penis gets hard for vagina and tits? I tell you, I only sleep with the cat boys. Only catboy dumpers for me. You disrespected me for the last time. I'm tired of this insolence, Beardson. How dare you speak of women in a positive way? It'd be positive to interact with a woman. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, you schmuck.
Of course, that would be your first thought. Is
I always get all the crap about like the girlfriend stuff. I think if we were to pull up all the time that Beardson and I have spent talking.
All right.
Oh,
is he 10 years? Oh, do you know, like your eardrums just get blown the out?
Holy!
No, we're not doing this.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking the question.
No, we are not. We are not doing this. You can't see, but I'm pointing my gun at the camera. No.
What a cool.
Is he putting that he's at the camera? Is that a real gun?
Yeah, I think it may.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We've lost. The movement's lost.
Optics are gone. It's over. Dude.
I don't know. It's maybe a question that needs to be asked with this guy.
Now I will. I will say this. I will say this. I went.
Tell him, girl. This Siggy comes out of the pack.
I will say this tonight.
I love culture war criminals. He just looked horrified.
So mad.
Oh my god, we're almost through this video. We have another one to go.
We did it.
I did go out. I had a Jack and Coke. I had a nice burger at an establishment.
He's
downtown.
drunk and armed, everyone.
I will say this: the bartender was hitting on me.
It is a real gun, by the way. I did receive.
Yeah, he seems like the kind of guy to turn against himself, honestly, than somebody else. He kind of looks like that guy that blew his brains out like 2 years ago on stream. I'm wondering if Cozy.tv is going to be the new live leak, you know?
No.
If only we could be so lucky, folks. I don't know.
I don't know. I think he's a danger to himself and others, honestly.
Wait, do you think the bartender was hitting on Beardson?
I'm pressing X to doubt on that.
That is a massive.
The story was just a fraud to try and flex on Nick. You know, it was just fraudulent.
And how dare he try to cuckold the leader? I mean, talking about subversive and treason. Is that not the most base form of treason?
Yeah.
It is. He literally cuckolded the leader, and somehow
shame on him.
Shame.
Me a discount. And I pulled the real incel card, and I was like, no. She tried to give me her phone, but I was like, no, thank you, sweetie. I'm not interested.
Oh, please.
He has to get his credibility back with the Dawn, you know?
Get the
out of here. Boss, I would never give my number to an e-girl. Boss, you know me. You know I'm loyal.
Chat,
you know I only tongue Jaden Zanus, boss.
Chat, place your fucking bets. 1, if this story is false. 2, if this story is true. Oh, a mountain of ones, an ocean of ones. I don't have to even ask.
Yeah, this thing's on ice, man. No one believes that.
This is the biggest
this.
Yeah, I was hit on by the bartender, and I politely declined as he's looking away and lighting his smoke.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
What a player.
You called this random woman sweetie?
I call every woman sweetie.
You aren't a player if you deny a chick who's trying to suck your dick. Like, I'm sorry.
Real incel.
I'm sorry for being so crude, but
I call them all sweetie.
Oh, okay.
I call Kai sweetie. I mean, like, what are you talking about, sweetie?
I'm
that's
sure
the
you
first
do.
Yeah, I actually learned that from Milo, like back in the day, because he used to call women sweetie all the time and like piss him off. So I kind of
learned something of Milo on how to hit on females.
I'm sure he's learned a lot more from Milo, but maybe not about
that. I just want to point this out here. Nick's offering job offers left and right, but I've offered Nick plenty of times. I'm like, look, let me be the Groiper HR department, okay? It would be great. It would be beautiful. Things would run so smoothly. And he's always like, no.
You are HR.
I'm doing it for free.
What are you doing?
I'm the Janny.
Yeah, homo.
Sorry. I'm the Janny for America First. I'm doing it for free.
Clean it up, Janny. Clean it up, Janny.
What a day.
Well, there you have it, folks. It took us about 2.5 hours more than projected. But now we're on to the Ethan Van Schmidt clip. Let's do it. It's called Beardson versus Ethan Schmidt .mp4.
All right, yo, I gotta use the bathroom again, just so you all see what I'm.
What the heck?
Hang on. Okay, this was all.
They say I have diabetes, Andy. Like
last hour.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Plus
this.
You gotta stay hydrated, man.
Plus,
Andy's taking the self-improvement pill.
Yeah.
He's making sure he hits his hydration goal every day.
Dude, I drink a whole case of water every 2 days. Like, that's my shit right there. I'll be back in 1 sec, guys. Sorry.
But, okay. How well do you know Ethan?
I've met him. He's a great guy. He's really cool. I know no one would talk shit to his face. He's a really big guy, you know. It's really funny. The thing about the internet is, you know, little men like Matt Evans can, talk a lot of shit to people. They can say all sorts of things that they'd get snapped in half, for saying.
Do you remember when Lady Maga mogged Beardson? Lady Maga towered over him, and then Beardson came in like Scrappy Doo. He had to be held back by Jaden like he was Scrappy Doo. And then Jaden let him go, and then he just like turned around instead of facing Lady Maga. I know that Lady Maga would kick Beardson's ass. I know that for a fact. It would happen. And I wish it had.
Nick likes to fashion himself like Joseph Stalin, like at least Joseph Stalin would take the generals out back and shoot him in the head for cowardice before the enemy. When the Germans invaded in Operation Barbarossa, they executed all the generals that were responsible. We have Beardson Beardley getting felted by a literal SC pack, with his hobgoblin. and he actually gets like promoted in the movie for this. It makes no sense, man.
Well, he disappeared. He disappeared Stu Peters from the AFPAC 3 poster. He's like he never even existed.
Yeah, it's like Stalin, deleting all these people. It's crazy.
It was his own mistake, but he kept Stu's speech in. Like if you're gonna remove him from the conference, just remove
he's still on Cozy,
conference.
Isn't he? Isn't he still on Cozy? Because he has, 1/3 people following him on Telegram. So
I know, but he's irrelevant, Nick said also. I don't know. I saw this week that he had the bleach merchants on. I don't know if you followed, but they're the Grennan family that sells like literal bleach to people to drink. I don't know. Maybe you're one of the guys.
Didn't you talk about them in the past?
Yes.
They're on yeah.
They were on the Stu Peters show explaining why what they're doing is righteous. And Stu was telling people to drink the bleach, man, the miracle mineral solution. It was amazing, dude. But the problem with covering Stu Peters is like, I play some pretty edgy stuff from like America First, but like what Stu says about the vax, like will get the channel removed for medical misinformation. Like, some of the shit that he's saying that it contains alien embryos.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Whoa, buddy.
Stu. Stu, it may not be the best health decision, Stu. Is it going to turn you into fucking like the alien from Alien versus Predator? I'm not sure about that, Stu. I'm just saying. All right. So Ethan Van Schmidt, Beardson has a problem with him because we're going to hear him go full Sargon. Beardson is about to fucking invoke our Lord and Savior of Kekistan, Sargon, the big-brained one himself.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yes,
no.
it's gonna be good.
So the Ethan Schmidt guy from the what is it? The anti-maskers club. I guess he did a 12-minute long response. He did a 12-minute long response to I guess to me from last night.
Is this the 22-minute or the 29-minute?
23-minute.
Okay, yeah, keep playing it. This is
no. Keep in mind, this guy is like mentally ill. He's kind of like really, honestly, he's a white is what he is.
Whoa!
Like, if there's ever...
Whoa!
Yikes!
Disavow.
The projection.
Oh no!
A white. It's this guy right here. Yeah, it really is. Like if you're to think of a white, it's
Jesus.
Ethan Schmidt from the Anti-Maskers Club. Okay, and again, I don't care to say it. It's whatever. I'm not saying it in like a racially hatred like way. It's just true. Like whenever you think of just
what way are you saying it then?
What do you mean?
It's this guy right here. I don't know. It's just like he just seems like a really trashy guy. I haven't really watched any of his content. This guy, this guy would literally.
Bring it. Yeah. But...
it is full screen. Yeah.
Oh, Beardson's just in the corner.
Oh
right
no,
now.
guys! Sorry, Beardson has this is his full screen.
Oh, okay.
So
my bad.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Really spam me.
I'm sure he'll fix it later, right? Yeah, you see, like he sort of like moves it around and stuff. So
watching his
content.
Is he smoking
a blunt?
No, it's a ciggy. Does he smoke ciggies all day now?
It's funny. He used to rag on BPF for smoking a lot, but now he's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Really spam me. So I thought we would watch it. Why divide?
By the way, if you want to smoke, but like it's not good for you. I smoked for like 5 years. I haven't smoked in like a long time, like 2 years or some shit. So
He's not in the movement, though. That's the thing. He wants to hang out with people that are outside the movement and pretend that he's a part of it. He's not. We don't want people like this. I mean, that's the thing. But he's just. I mean, like I said, he's just a white. That's all that he is. He's just a total. So we're gonna watch this.
What's Beardson?
No, he doesn't. If he made a huge splash, then why is he DMing everyone every single day to get his name out there? He doesn't make a huge splash. He's just a clout chasing moron. Yeah, that's me. I look pretty. Honestly, I look pretty good in this picture. The haircut's not the best, but like the frame, the build, pretty good. Honestly, I don't know what he's trying to prove here. These man. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little upset. You could say. Like look, I know it's like, oh, we shouldn't say it or whatever. It's not very optical. This guy is a white, like that's what he is, man. Like he is a total fucking just trailer trash, low IQ moron.
This is coming from Beardson, who lives in like a trailer park in Kentucky, basically. Like if you watch the Louis documentary, he's not living in the lap of luxury. This guy was literally broke, begging for a car. Gonna shit on Ethan Van Schmidt, like. Come on.
Hey, Ethan Schmidt just called me. Sends his regards, by the way.
Oh, Ethan Schmidt's watching. What up?
Cheers. I remember I liked a lot of his videos. Me and Surfer used to watch those all the fucking time. They were Surfer's favorite videos, by the way. I'd be interested to see how he takes the segment. You know, recently I guess he's been defending Beardson because it's contrarian or whatever. But anyway, let's see here.
Detrimental to like anything that we like want to accomplish, you know. I'm sorry, like maybe it is a little rude, but like this guy is just a total. I mean, like he does nothing but like bring shame to what we want to do. I mean, you know, there's no other like way to put it. The guy's just total like white. That's all that he is. Oh, he's calling me. He's calling me. All right, yeah, let's do this then. Yeah, why not? Let's why not? Let's have some fun here, right? Hello? All right, I think I got him. All right. Yeah, if he wants to come on, like, yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up?
You're.
Is this Beardson?
Yeah, this is Beardson. Yeah. Was it the social impact of pure politics? Wait, no. You're not. I'm not done. I'm not done. You're not gonna fucking talk over me here. Okay, I know you don't really understand how social skills work or anything like that, but this is how it goes down.
By the way, every clip we've ever seen in a confrontation of Beardson versus anyone, he constantly just yells over them. Never lets anyone talk. It's just so unproductive and it's just garbage. He's got nothing because he's scared. If he lets the other dude talk, he's gonna lose. That's what's gonna happen.
Here on my show, okay? Are you talking about pure politics? The guy that gets 60 views per video. I literally get. I have more live viewers right now than he has total subscribers on his shitty ass fucking YouTube show. And this is a guy that's talked shit about me for 6
Ethan
months.
Schmidt's been
straight.
on like
What
Snapchat news. He's been blowing up. He has a lot more engagement than Beardson does.
Yeah, he's actually had news articles written that reference him. Like Beardson, you know, other than the Louis documentary, has never actually achieved that notoriety on his own of having hit pieces written about him. I always find interesting that he somehow escaped unscathed from all of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Back. Anyway. Do I owe any of you fucking nuts? And that's what you are.
Holy shit! I thought we were about optics here.
You're a bunch of trailer trash that do nothing but talk shit about me and undermine America first. And you want to fucking have the gall and tenacity to come at fucking me? Fuck you. No, you don't. No, you don't. You fucking lying. Fuck you. All you do is undermine us.
Yo, chill out. Just quit swearing, dude. That's not Christ-like to swear.
Fuck you. Don't tell me what to do, you fucking.
You know, I was trying to get on Cozy. I would.
You just faulted him there. I don't know. That's one thing too. I mean, you know, I use a lot of harsh language, but I mean, if you're trying to lead like a Christian movement, you may want to clean that up a bit. I know it's hard to compete in the online sphere without it. That's why I use it. But at the same time, like, he does have a pretty reasonable point at, you know, and you're trying to profess yourself like Christ is king. You'll hear from these guys a lot.
You've said it in context with people who have said it and shit like that. You don't just fucking drop it like that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
There are scriptural arguments to make against it, but
actually make a difference.
Let's
These IRL streams.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, the IRL streams where you just go and harass random people and annoy them. Yeah, no, that seems really cool. You know what's really Christ-like is going out and being an asshole to people.
Baked Alaska's.
No, it's not. If your content was better, if your content was better than Baked Alaska's, first off, probably people would have saw it, but it's not. It's not. Your content's trash. And this is what I'm talking. No. This is what I'm talking about exactly. You guys show absolutely no respect to anybody that's been in this thing for longer than you have. You have no respect for anyone else. You have no respect for what we've built, and you want to mooch off of it.
What have you done to fight back?
What do you mean fight back? What do you mean? What have I done? I'm sitting here putting myself on the fucking line. I'm sitting here.
He's on the front lines.
Oh, brother, really? Really?
CWC, he's on the front lines there, taking the bullets.
He's serving there. Thank you for your service, Beardson. Thank you for your service, brother.
Doing interviews with fucking journalists and shit. I've got my fucking name and face out there. I've been doxxed, harassed, swatted. Yeah, but guess what? Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you.
My videos get millions and millions of views.
No, they don't. If you want to talk about social impact, last time I checked,
if it wasn't for him getting deplatformed everywhere, he would have millions of viewers, like, all the time. On Telegram, he has quite a substantial following. More so than Beardson.
Hell yeah, dude.
IP at AFPAC 3, you fucking ungrateful Last time I checked, the people in this movement value me because of the content and the contribution that I've made. The reason why they don't value the reason they don't value you is because you've done all. You've done nothing. And you're an ungrateful, ankle-biting little ungrateful piece of shit.
A lot of people want me on Cozy.
No, they don't. No, they but hey, you know what? It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter.
Ethan is exercising here. Like the restraint, you know.
Yeah, he's got a lot of patience here, and he's very calm.
Taking the high road, you know. Beardson, meanwhile, is just like spurging out, completely unhinged, rants, screaming racial slurs. I mean, the very definition of a wignat. As much as he likes to take credit for destroying the wignats, I mean, look at him. Complete garbage representative.
He's speaking very simply and also with some level of authority. You know, he just very simply is cutting to the point and destroying Beardson's arguments with, like, basic questions.
I would give Beardson $100 to say any of this to any of our faces in person, one-on-one. He would never do it. Just imagine Beardson talking this trash to Ethan, or the trash he talks to me. If we were by ourselves, he would never do it. With anything less than like 50 goons behind him. This guy's a coward.
You know what? Hey, Ethan, you know what's really funny? It doesn't matter if 1 million people want you on Cozy, because you're never going to get on this fucking platform.
If 1 million people wanted you on Cozy, Nick would ban every other streamer and get him on. Like, come on.
Ever, because you're an ungrateful, ankle-biting little bitch who shows no respect to anyone in this movement except yourself, because you're a narcissistic... That's what you are.
Oh, my God. Stop with the racial slurs there.
How does that feel?
Jay Johnson loves me. A lot of people in government love me. Dude, you don't know who you're talking to.
I don't love people in government. I don't know what the f you're talking about.
Big politicians love me, bro.
Oh, do they?
Everybody, yeah, bro. Everybody knows my content.
Oh, yeah, do they? Yeah, I mean, you can sit there and say that they do, but nobody does, man. If all these people know your content, then why are you desperately DMing everybody your content on a daily basis like a clout-chasing little goblin, dude?
All right, dude.
Projection.
All right, what?
A goblin from this guy.
Cloud-chasing little goblin, says Beardson Beardly. Oh. Man.
Want you.
It's really sad.
We don't want you.
I don't want you either.
Okay, great. I think we have an understanding with you fucking knuckle-dragging, low IQ, dumb piece of shit. You are an ungrateful little worm. That's what you are. You're an ungrateful little worm who's not able to acknowledge any of the people that have made sacrifices in this thing before you have. You're a Johnny-come-lately that just wants to make a name for himself. That's all that you are. Nothing matters except for you. Nothing matters except for your shitty little club that no one's a part of. Well, congratulations. I hope it does well. I hope you guys take off and win, because I'm sure the Anti-Maskers Club is going to eclipse America First after this.
See, I'm not trying to compete. I was trying to work with you guys. I work with everybody, man.
You're not.
I work with everybody. I've been working.
You need to go work in a coal mine. That's what you need to do.
Why is Beardson mad at him?
What the hell?
Like, why? Like, is there, like...
Because he's friends with me, is why. That's it. That's all he needs.
Oh my god.
That's it. That's all he needed to just totally slander this man because he's friends with me.
It's just a complete downward spiral.
This is like the worst thing I've ever seen, man. Holy.
You need to go work in a coal mine because you're a low IQ.
How old are you?
I'm 33 years old. How old are you?
24.
Wow.
Yeah.
33 years old.
Doesn't matter because you're still a low IQ inbred.
Inbred.
All right,
from this
man.
hillbilly
Go ahead
from
and call me
Kentucky.
names, but-
I can't believe he's over a decade older than me.
I hate to disparage the good people of Kentucky, but holy no, get real, Beardson.
See, let me see you IRL.
What? Why? You gonna beat me up?
No, I'd love to see you talk to me like you tried to talk to CWC.
Oh, let's go.
To beat me up?
No, I don't want to beat you up, but I think in person, we should talk.
Why? I have nothing to say to you. I'm saying everything that I have
I
to say.
bet he
to
wouldn't
you
have anything to
right
say
here,
to him in person.
Beardson's terrified. Do you see this?
Right now.
I'd love to talk to you in person, man.
Why?
Because,
What's the difference? What's the difference between IRL and right here and right now? What's the difference? What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, IRL? Are you gonna sit there and yell at me like this?
Yeah. Probably will.
Yeah, bro. Okay. I mean, all you do is swear and just yell, bro. Like you don't do anything besides mooch off Nick Fuentes.
What do you mean? How do I mooch? Can you explain how I mooch off of him exactly? No. Let's
Oh, hang on. Observation. Look at Beardson's face when he responds to that first part. Watch.
What do you mean? How do I mooch? Can you explain how I mooch off?
He shifted in his chair too.
No, did you see his eye though? His eye twitch.
Look how he shudders. He's been found out. He's been found out.
Look
folks.
at this twitch. Oh, he's unhinged. Look at that eye twitch.
Explain how I mooch off of him exactly. No. Let's get back to this. How do I mooch off of him exactly? Could you explain that?
Go ahead.
What have you done, like yourself, dude?
What do you mean? I've attended every single laugh pack that there was. I went to Stop the Steal. I went to the Bags protest.
Wow.
And I've made nothing but content in support of Nicholas Fuentes for the past 6 years.
Wow, you've been a fan of a guy.
What have you done? You've went out and yelled at people like a low IQ retard. So what have you done exactly? You just go and yell at people and act like a spurg in public, and then people make fun of you. You're a laughing stock. I mean, that's what you are.
My content speaks for itself.
Yeah, I think it does. Absolutely. And it's a laughing stock. It's a joke.
I would say the same thing about you.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference between me and you. I'm actually doing something, and you're not. I'm actually a part of this thing, and you're not. I've actually proven myself time and time again, and you haven't.
TPUSA at this point, man. You're no better than TPUSA at this point. Straight up.
Oh, is that right? I don't care what you have to say, man. You go back to the fucking mines.
Like he's got the same. He sticks to one thing.
What's that thing about the coal mines that you're saying? I mean, is that not like a total like Reddit slur for the rural and suburban?
No, but just think about it for like 2 seconds. Like, what creature is traditionally known as working in the mines? Dwarves. Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and Beardson's talking about sending somebody else to the mines. Traditionally, Beardson, we use little people like you in the mines because you fit down the shafts.
Grumpy's got to look in the mirror before he talks shit like this.
That's right.
Like, who's Carson Wolf? He works today is America and Turning Point USA. Why would you put him on, dude? Doesn't make any sense.
You know, I would put Carson Wolf on.
You guys are putting
no. You're not going to talk over me. You're not going to talk over me. You're not going to talk over me. You dumb meathead. You're not going to talk over me. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So shut the fuck up here. You know why I would put somebody like Carson Wolf over somebody like you?
Spineless piece of shit.
Honestly, this Schmidt guy has like patience.
Oh, you're a meathead. You go to the gym. You're healthy.
Oh no, the gym. That's like wow. Whoa.
Because he actually has more than 2 brain cells knocking around in his head. You're not gonna.
There's like this thing. It's like if you work out and you're like a little bit buff, like you're now like. It's amazing, amazing.
But even if you are like low IQ, like we don't want low IQ people in the movement. We don't want blue collar people in the movement. We don't want working class people.
I wonder who pays his bills. Who super chats him?
Yeah, people who actually
Working
go
people.
to work. It's this elitist attitude, and Nick has it also that really pisses me off. Because if there ever is going to be any change in America, it will come from the bottom. It will come from the people who aren't so well off, maybe aren't as well spoken, or maybe as well educated. But you know what? They actually work hard by the sweat of their brow. They provide for their families. Those people don't matter.
End of action.
I hate that when I would ever see like Beardson like bash people for working at McDonald's and shit like that on his Call of Duty like things. It's like, at least they're going to work, buddy. Like, calm the down, and then you're complaining about
And what did Beardson do anyways before he got into this? He worked at like Best Buy or something, right?
He worked at a Shake Shack or something.
Yeah,
he was like an archetypical wagey. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
No, yeah. I mean, no, he was in a call center also, and he quit his job 2 years ago to follow Nick Fuentes. It's like, bro, like, you don't have any skills that warrant you to be paid more than a normal wagey. Like, you are so blessed by God that somehow you're able to make a living by talking online. Like, just the lack of gratitude and the complete holy in nature of him is something to behold.
I hate that shit.
Talk over me, you dumb fucking. I'm not fucking done. I'm not fucking done, and you're gonna shut the fuck up right now. You're gonna shut the fuck up right now, or I'll just mute you. I'll just mute you. I don't give a shit, man. Like, this is what you don't understand. You're not gonna talk over me, you dumb fucking white. Okay, you're not gonna talk over me. Let's be real here. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you trailer trash, mine working, coal mining. I would put somebody like Carson Wolf over somebody like you, because guess what? First off, he's smart.
I guarantee you that somebody who actually works in the coal mines probably makes more money than Beardson.
Yeah,
yearly.
They're making mad money.
I'm gonna guess, like, because it's not easy work. Not a lot of people want to do it. Again, the demand for it has gone down because of bullshit policies and lack of reliance on coal. But even still, coal miners, I venture to guess, make double what Beardson makes in a year. I'm just gonna guess.
I have a buddy,
and they keep their dignity too. I mean, he's making an ass of himself for what? A few $100? Is it really worth it in the long run? Clearly, his wife didn't think so. I mean, what are his children? Well, he's not gonna have any. I'm just saying, if he had any children, they'd probably be like, "So what does your father do to bring home the bacon?" Oh, he makes a complete ass of himself every night. I mean. This guy is no better than your average whore pimping out his dignity for a small pittance every night. It's disgusting.
I have a buddy who actually, like 10 years ago, he left and worked at some mines for 2 years. And then when he made it back, he had enough money to buy a fucking house. Like, he did it, like, he just like, I'm going to do 2 years. Or he just said 1 year, stayed there for an extra year, gathered more money, just worked overtime. And then he said it was brutal, made it back, bought a fucking house. And now he's working in like an office or some shit. So like, yeah, people do that shit. They work hard. Like, imagine bashing a guy who's like doing back-breaking labor. Oh man, what a piece of shit, making money to buy a fucking house or like raise a fucking family.
I don't get it. But this is like where his wife said when she married him, he was a Democrat. This is the attitude that a lot of socialists, champagne socialists, have toward the working class.
Yep.
They claim to represent the proletariat, but at every turn, if they ever had to interact with one of the proles, are disgusted by them and think that they're lowly and gross and dirty. And this is how Beardson thinks of the common working man.
It's just so ironic. I mean, his whole thing has been, the troops, right? I mean, his former co-host, Sean, joined the Air Force, I mean, like, everything he says is just so stupid, honestly. He has contempt for anybody.
You think, but Nick and all of them, like, say, F the troops, and it's like, do you think that this is a winning issue with heartland conservatives to say F the troops? You realize, like the average Republican voter worships the United States military. Like, they honestly, like, would do anything for veterans, thank them for their service. Like, that is the culture of America. Is thanking veterans for their service. They hear F the troops from a conservative politician, regardless of what the Judeo interest in Israel and this and that. It doesn't matter. They don't know about that, and they don't fucking care.
No.
And these issues. It's the same thing. Like when he goes out and simps for China. Do you think the Heartland voter in Kansas wants to hear support for China? Really? You think that's going to
his debate, Nick's debate with Styx?
Yeah.
I was blown. Oh, I actually re-listened to that a few days ago at the gym, actually, because it's just like it blows me away. And your rebuttal was amazing, but like it's just like, what are you doing, simping for China? Do you think that the average conservative is like, oh yeah, this is great, I'll join America first?
Even if you're intellectually right, it is a bad position to take for a populist movement, because that is not a popular position. It's similar. Again, he might be right about the Russia geopolitical situation, but the average voter is not, I don't think, in favor of the Russian regime and Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Like, most people are going to look at that and be like, that's a bit fucked.
Yeah.
You know? And the other thing, too, is people think, are you funded by the Russians? Are you funded by the Chinese? And this just makes it easy for your enemies to slander you as being a destabilizing agent of a foreign power. It's just, it baffles me, these decisions that are being made. They do not appeal to the common person, regardless of what intellectual masturbation goes on in Nick's mind to justify these positions. The average person who works with their hands does not understand it. You need to appeal to that person. God damn it.
Funny. Third off, he actually makes entertaining content, and those are three things that you will never be able to do in your entire life. You want to sit here and talk? You want to sit? No. You're not, I'm not done. I'm not done. I am not done. You're not going to talk over me. You're not going to talk over me. Okay. So let me finish my point, and then you can talk. That's how social conversations work. You low IQ, knuckle dragging, mouth breathing moron. Okay. The reason why you think this IRL content works, again, I'm not done. You can sit there. What is this now? You're making goat noises? Like, is this supposed to be like an...
Might as well. Smart on Schmidt there. You may as well just go, like, you know, you may as well, like, it's the same fucking, like, what he's saying, what he's doing.
Against me? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You're just an absolute total...
sheep. You're a sheep, yeah.
You're a follower, man.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, Nick's, yeah. No, you're absolutely right about that, actually. Nick's the leader, and I do follow his judgment. As everybody should in America first. It's called hierarchy, you ungrateful.
Yeah, let me talk to Nick, man. Let me talk to him.
No, you don't get to. You're too...
Me and Nick.
I'm the gatekeeper.
No, you're not going to. You're never going to work together. I'll tell you right now. You're never going to work.
Sabotaged it.
No, I absolutely did. I did it on purpose. You know why? Because I'm the gatekeeper of this movement. If you can't get past me, then you don't get to go to Nick.
We've got America First has the most unhinged person I've even, like, it's starting to actually like break Ethan Ralph levels here of fucking delusion, which is amazing that I'm saying this right now. Who is gatekeeping an entire movement that apparently is going to be taking over America? What?
I don't know, man. It's actually really blackpilling to think about. Like, it's really actually quite depressing, man.
Yeah.
That's why we're
Tell me about it.
No, I'm pretty sure the only people that's going to lose is you.
I'm here to make a social impact.
We're all losing.
No, I mean, it's like you act like a fucking black person in public. That's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, if you take half of what Nick says seriously about the gravity, what's at stake here, Christian Western civilization, our people, the future of our children, our countries, you would understand the gravity, what's at stake here. And then to hear an absolute oaf like Beardson Beardley run his mouth like a complete delusional bitch out of line.
Almost
what kind
like
of message did that send?
Almost like a white... No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know, man. Like, no. Patrick Casey may not have been the most charismatic person, but at least he was put together and had respect for himself. I don't know.
And look, here's my, like, if people forget everything else about my time here on the show tonight, I just want to say, for those out there, those quality men that have been like spurned and blackpilled by this, you know, just because you're not working with these people doesn't mean you can't keep up the fight. And that's the joke of this all, because the reason I came on tonight, you know, Ashton, you know that I'm, you know, trying to be reserved and not attack people unnecessarily. I'm trying to keep it, you know, targeted towards Beardson, obviously. But, you know, the way AF used to be is if you're not working with AF, they would say, you know, go do your own thing. Go be a wignat, do your own shit, right? The problem is Beardson, 6 months after the fact, is still going after me. And he's still slandering and harming all these very excited and motivated activists here in California and Arizona. So it's like, you know what, Beardson? You couldn't just leave us alone. You couldn't let sleeping dogs lie. You couldn't let all these great activists do their own thing. Have a freaking camping trip, for Pete's sake. We were going to have a dozen guys drive out, teach a class. So
he's returned. It's very hard for you not to attack when you've got me on, because, you know, like, I'm trying to direct you in that way. I'm not gonna lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's Beardson's own fault that this is happening, because he drove you to the point where you feel like, you know what, I want a platform where I can hit back. And that's why you're here, is to fucking dispel these lies. And also, you are bringing a positive message forward. And the only justification for what Beardson is doing is if he thinks that you are a federal agent, which he said that you weren't. So at that point, it's like, okay, well, this person is just misguided, or they're in it for themselves. That doesn't mean that 6 months down the line, you just shit on them like this. You know, I don't really see you as being somebody that's trying to ruin people's lives and shit like this. Like, I think that you all have good intentions, and I just don't really understand why this has to be done, other than that Beardson's trying to prove his value to Nick as a guard dog, stir up controversy for money. That's what's going on, I think.
He's really threatened, frankly. It's very obvious.
And that's why our show rules, because we have no leader here. Like, we just go, is this, can we bash it? Can we break it apart? We'll do that. That's what, like, this show is, basically, is we have no hierarchy here. It's, what do Ashton and I think about this thing? Like, you know what I mean? And that's why I wanted to reach out to you and bring you on, because I'm like, no. I know CWC. Like, I know him. I've had him on my show, my old show, like, a bunch of times. You were on like 4 or 5 times, and we always had an awesome time. And hearing your message, I always saw that you were genuine with it. And then when I started this show with Ashton, I saw like the downfall of America First and you being brought up constantly. So I'm like, all right, look, this is the perfect platform, the perfect time. And I think we are reaching out to a lot of people. You know what I mean? I think this is working. And one day Beardson will have to fucking respond to us. But he might just go like, the fat guy and the stuttering cokehead or whatever.
Well, that's what they do so far. But first they ignore you, then they mock you, then they fight you, then you win. And, you know, they did the same thing to try and do it to Charlie Kirk. You know, I'm just sick and tired of this shit. Like, I'm sick and tired of young men who have a lot of potential, who could go on to have careers and lives, being led down the fucking primrose path by these grifter charlatan fuckers and having their lives ruined for fucking nothing. It bothers me. And that's what people ask. Why do you keep doing shows about Fuentes? Why do you keep doing shows about Beardson? It's because I actually care about it.
You know, the sick part is I really feel like there is enough potential to actually get things done. You know, I do think we can win with what we have. It's just people are... I feel like people like Beardson are actually afraid of winning. You know, they're afraid of what victory is actually going to look like. The society that he purports to, you know, the society that he claims to want to establish. Like, what would his role be in a traditionalist, masculine society? Where would Beardson Beardley be? For all his projection of cope, would he be the one? He'd probably be the one in the coal mines, shackled, you know, chain gang, for his, you know, his sins against.
I just don't think he'd be alive, personally. But, you know, like, that's me. Because I think, you know, the only fitting punishment for traitors is, well, you know. You know, that's what I think. Because he is a traitor. He's a traitor to everything that's right and decent about America. He is an absolute subversive slimeball. And he deserves everything that's coming to him. And one day it will come.
CWC, you have to, on this channel, on Daka Daka, search Ashton's video he did of like before we started the show. It's called Beardson's Cope. What's it called? Beardson's
Mega Cope. And I
search
wish
that
I
video
wish I
and
had...
watch it. Watch it after you're on with us. Watch it. Just it's Beardson, like basically like so depressed, talking
Oh, I
about.
think I've seen this one.
Okay, it's like,
Yeah.
was it
It's
worth
like
it?
the cause is lost. Like, we can't win against the left. I wish I never did this. There's no money in this. I wouldn't tell any young people to get involved.
Yeah, this was right
this.
before he kicked me out of the movement, actually. I remember this.
Yes, exactly.
I remember he was saying, we're all lost. You know, like, it's all over. I don't get why anybody want to fight for this. The cause is lost. This is the biggest fucking joke, actually, because I do remember this, Ashton.
There you go.
This is very fresh on my mind, you know. Seeing this son of a bitch saying shit like this, demoralizing the people, and having the gall to take their money and kick people like me out. I mean, fuck this guy, man. I mean, this is a man with no principles, no spine, no balls, and no wife. I mean, he's a complete fucking joke, man. And the fact that any young man would look up to this guy, let alone give him any money, it's a disgrace. And you're right, man. In any sane society, he'd be 6 feet under or in a mental hospital.
100%. Oh,
I'm
Fed
Yeah.
posting on YouTube.
I had to go.
Loves it.
I try not to go off, but you know, this man makes it very difficult.
I mean, people love my
all
content, man.
good.
A lot of people on
You can
Cozy
sit there.
love my content.
No, you can
A
sit
lot
there.
of
And you
people
can, no, they
with AF
don't.
love my content.
Because
No,
I,
they
here,
really
no, I
do,
mean, because
man.
here's
They
the thing,
really
man.
do.
I've got like 900 viewers right now, and literally my entire chat is just shitting on you and making fun of you. So I'm not
Good.
really
I'm used
seeing.
to it.
Yeah, I can tell
I'm
you.
used to it,
This
man.
is what I'm talking about. Like, you're a laughing
They
stock,
rejected
man.
Christ, they'll reject me too.
No, just because
That's a
people
pretty
hate you. I
base
mean, are you really
stance,
comparing
yeah.
yourself to Christ now? Is that what you're doing?
They hated Christ, they hate me too.
No, they just hate you because you seem like an obnoxious asshole.
That's what you seem like, man.
Wow, great comeback again. This is
Well,
what I'm
I mean, he makes a point, you know.
You know he does. Pot
Whatever.
calling
Please
the
go
kettle black here.
Yeah.
pick up
Like,
a fucking
seriously.
pickaxe and just go into a mine and get a job.
Grumpy is projecting
All right.
yet again about the mines,
Yeah.
man.
Beardson's just
Trick.
mad that this guy probably lifts, you know? Like, he's like, he lifts, so he must be an idiot.
Well, is he really grumpy or is he dopey? I don't know. I can figure it out.
He's like an amalgamation of both of them.
Christ is king.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you should find Christ and stop breaking the law.
Christ is
What?
king.
Maybe you should stop drinking and driving and go to church.
You're the one that drinks.
Was he-
You drink a lot.
But you
Look,
have
wait. Wait, look down. Observation. Read the goal.
Huh?
His goal.
Get drunk. The
Yeah,
goal is to get
oh
drunk.
no.
Get drunk.
Wow, it's a really Christian goal there.
That's why you
but you have a DUI, don't you? That's why you have an ankle monitor.
Everyone fucks up. Everyone fucks up in their lives, guys. It happens,
know.
you know.
Yeah, man, I got a DUI, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, maybe when you're chanting Christ as King, maybe you should. I don't know.
There's
Cool,
no
cool,
hope
that
for
kind of
redemption
stuff.
or forgiveness in Christ, right? In his twisted theological conception, Christ's death doesn't mean redemption from our sins, being washed in the blood of the Lamb and being made whiter than snow. No, your sins are against you as a black mark forever, and there's just no charity towards that.
Yeah,
Except
Chat's pointed it out. Look at his shirt, man. Look at him preaching all this garbage. Look at the t-shirt he's wearing.
Don't ask me. I'm drunk and high. Is that what it says? Oh my god. And yeah,
My lord.
that's the thing is people fuck up in their lives, and you hope that when you fuck up that you turn it around. You learn from that lesson, from that mistake, right? That's what happens.
Well, that's the hope of the entire faith that these people try and profess.
Exactly.
Because all men have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, Romans 3. Like, he's going to sit here with a plank in his eye, trying to fuck with the speck in this guy's eye. Is he actively drinking? It sounds like Ethan hasn't drank probably since that happened.
He's probably
What
freaked
it
out
sounds
about
like.
it and went, shit, I fucked up.
I don't know his situation, but, by the way he said to Beardson, well, you're the one drinking, I'm going to guess he's probably not drinking.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't think you really get to sit there and preach to me while you're sitting there on house arrest because you got a DUI.
What about Baked?
Yeah, what about Baked? Yeah.
Baked is an unrepentant
Well, he's
criminal.
not on house arrest.
Yeah. He should be in a cell.
Speaking of which, a donation from Anonymous for 3 saying, how is Baked Alaska not in jail like the rest of the January 6th defendants? Informant. I don't know if he's an informant, but it is kind of It's interesting. Let's just say that it's interesting,
dude. Christ is king, man. God bless you. God bless Cozy.tv. I love what you guys are doing, man.
No, you
Band
don't.
out video.
No, you don't. You
Band
don't love
out
what we're
video.
doing.
I do.
Get the
man. I
Sigma
really
male
do.
theme, by the way.
No,
Here's
you're
some
not gonna-
donation sound.
Yeah, he's the Sigma male.
Oh yeah,
Holy
grind
fuck, man.
set. The grind set.
The Omega male.
If Beardson's anything, he's a fucking backbiting gamma by the Owen Benjamin definition. Although I don't believe in that bullshit I've said before, but
Nobody wants to work with you.
All right. That's your loss, man. That's your
It's
loss.
not.
So.
It's actually a
Do you know how much attention I would bring to Cozy?
Zero.
streams?
Zero. You'd probably
a
get.
lot. No,
you'd
actually, I'd bring a lot.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd bring a lot. Yeah.
You might bring a lot of like negative attention, and that's something that we don't really need or want. As the, I'm not sure you know this, but I'm actually the HR department of America First.
Oh no! Wait, did he? Is this after that last segment we watched?
Yeah, it is.
yes,
So he
yes.
took
This
that
is
to
the night
heart.
after.
He took that to heart.
He's been given the broom.
The HR
Sweet.
department. The HR.
He's fit.
And I'm just gonna tell you right now, like the application's denied. Okay.
Good
You
job,
guys,
man.
no. I mean, you guys have done nothing but like shit talk me for like 6 months. I mean, enough. I've got all the receipts. Like,
It's just
I've
not
never
true.
shit-talked you.
Get the receipts. Even if it was Beardson, who are you? Do people have to suck your dick to get into a political movement? Like they have to like everyone? Oh, okay.
Ostensibly,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay.
Your
Chad
politics
Beardson
hat.
just says yes, you know. Like, yes. You must kiss the ring. Yes, you must suck my penis. Yes.
As
Okay.
Pure Politics has like plenty.
Okay, so am I pure politics?
No, but you're friends with him, right?
Oh, who cares if I'm associated with him? I don't have the same views as him.
Okay, but I'm just saying, it's like
You
it's
sabotaged this, man. We could have worked together, but
I mean,
you
this is
screwed
what I'm
it all
talking.
up,
This is
man.
this is what I'm talking about, man. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
It's that
Like,
communist
you
guilt by
fucking-
association BS he's pulling, man.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Like how dare we have fidelity and loyalty to our friends, right? I mean, God forbid the connections we've made actually in the streets, you know, men we've worked with in real life. God forbid that those bonds weather the storm of internet drama from preening midgets like this guy. I mean,
Well said.
it's
Well said.
disgusting, man.
No, I did. I mean, that's the whole. That was kind of the whole point of me saying this. Is I
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to.
the
I
judgment
wanted
of
to screw all
everyone.
this up. I wanted you guys out, and I won.
But then they're always dumber.
Oh, you
Wait.
want-
Oh, you know what's also interesting? He does all this the day after Kyle submits his application to Cozy TV. Like the day after, less than 24 hours after this guy's trying to get on Cozy TV, aka being a competitor to Beardson Beardley, going after his bag, if you will. All this shit comes out. Isn't that
That's-
interesting, guys?
Exactly. Instead of thinking, oh, he might bring like a big audience that might watch my streams when they see me on the top left of the screen. No, he's gonna take all my money. It's the crabs.
Exactly.
It's the crabs.
He
in
even
the bucket
says it. He
mentality.
said, CBC's coming after my bag. He admits as much in his stream. It's all about the money. That's it.
It's the crabs in the bucket mentality, and no group has ever worked, ever, when they're doing that. It's never worked.
Yeah.
You won, but everybody else lost. So good job.
No,
man.
just you guys. I mean, again, just you guys. I think America First is gonna be fine without you. I'm sorry, it's just true.
All right, man. Well, you know, I'm really sad that we couldn't work together.
You should be, because
I'm
I'm
really
a big
sad.
deal and you're not, and you're just gonna have to deal with that, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, I get so I'm so enraged, bro. Just hearing him talk. I'm a big deal, and you're not.
Actually, other
A
way
lot of
around,
people
man.
feel that way.
Anybody-
Wolski.
Does anybody who is a big deal say they are a big deal? It's like
No, it's like saying I'm a Chad or I'm smart. You know.
It's in Game of Thrones. Tywin Lannister says, "No man who calls himself says I am the king is a true king." You know, no man who has to say that is really the king. If you really were the king, if you really were a big deal, everybody would just observe and defer to you as that.
Yeah,
But you're not.
your
You're the
actions
lord of the
speak.
Shire and the master of the broomstick. You're jack shit.
Is that right? Because the last time I checked, I'm on Cozy TV and you're not. So,
Dude, you know how small
Okay.
these circles are? Do you know how small this We're all in our own little thing, dude.
Well, I've got 1,000
don't-
viewers and you don't. So I mean, what do you want from me?
It's not real
It's not
either.
real, dude. The chat doesn't it doesn't match up
I,
ever.
I have personally given Beardson hundreds of live viewers, which he brags about, and then I take them away by closing my tabs. Is how fucking amazing Cozy TV is. Try it yourself.
Wait. By opening 100 tabs, it counts as 100 viewers?
We did this on Odyssey. It works too. We did this with a bunch of people to Ralph, and he thought he had over 1,000 viewers for a week straight, and he was like bragging. And then during our show, I go, watch this.
We turned off all the tabs, and all his viewers crashed. He had less than 200 people watching from 1,000. But yes, I'm sure. And these guys all accuse the other guys of botting on Cozy because it's so easy. Literally, you just open tabs.
Yeah.
You know?
And by the way,
it's ridiculous.
Botting is... imagine botting, because then you are performing to people that you know aren't there, which is pathetic.
You can really mind people. You can just pull some real sets.
I started doing it to Kai and Dalton, and I would do it to people in a certain time slot when they're competing. I would push them over the top, and then they would start complaining. We were doing that psyop for the first 2 months that the site was open, before we started telling people that it was actually a thing. And even still, you can get away with it. It's crazy.
Yeah, and all you have to do is all control delete, open up your task manager, check your performance, and as long as your CPU doesn't hit 100, your PC won't freeze. So what you do is you open.
Yeah, I've got an i7, bro.
There you go.
So right now, folks, we could get Jaden to have more viewers than Kai if we wanted to.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
It's time to blot Alex Jones from 42 above Kai's 547.
By the way,
somebody will get the fit.
He's had 42 viewers for a week now.
Yeah, Alex always has 40 viewers.
Literally the exact number each time,
How else do I need to flex my dick? I'm hanging out.
Nick always has. The moment Nick goes live, there's always 6,000 people in lobby. It's there's not that many people there. I swear, there's not. It just doesn't. Anyway,
he had 6,000 waiting for 5 hours. Just saying.
Yeah, it never went down.
No, this is not the most viewers I've ever had. It just happens to be really good content because I'm amazing. They're not here for you. They're here for me, roasting you.
Actually, they're probably here for me.
Is that right?
Anti-Masters Club. Follow me on Telegram. Anti-Masters Club. The truth wins, guys. Best content ever.
This is what I'm talking about.
I'm IRL infield, guys. Christ is king.
He's trying to do his Hunter S. Thompson.
Sabotaging AF. Sabotaging AF. He should be working with people like us, but he's a coward. And he wants to sabotage.
What do you mean I'm a coward? I brought you. You said if I wasn't a coward, I would bring you on. I brought you on. So how am I a coward exactly?
You're a coward because you don't want to help put people on, man. You want to put people down. That's all you're trying to do.
I've put 5 people on this year. I put people like Dalton Clodfelter, who's an amazing content creator, on Wurzelroot.
Didn't that guy bash Nick multiple times on stream?
Yes, in the past, Dalton said I know we get confused with the America First movement, but I have nothing to do with them because Nick Fuentes is too rough around the edges, and optically he makes mistakes. That's verbatim almost what Dalton said.
We need Dalton on.
Now he kisses.
I'm convinced Dalton's scuffed CWC. He wears the suits. They brought him on after they got rid of me. I don't know.
Dalton, you're on watch, bro. Watch it, bud.
On this year, I just don't put you on because you're a retard.
You're next Joker, bro.
Oh boy.
And again, no, you've never attempted.
Who the hell is
he's got drip at least, so give him that.
I've never heard of any of these people.
Oh, I mean, you had no problem spamming your content to them in their DMs.
They don't make any IRL content. All they do is desktops, man.
You didn't do anything. You made fun of TPUSA? Congratulations, we all did. We've all done that. So what? Does that mean I contributed to the TPUSA video as well? No, I don't take credit for that because I'm not a clout chasing little goblin like you are.
Dude, you're the goblin.
Holy
you're
shit.
You're
the goblin.
Dude, this is so sad, guys. If you're watching this, I feel sad for you guys. This is not what...
you know what? Honestly, I agree. If you're watching this, I feel sad for you, too.
Patriots should not be acting like this towards each other. We should all be working
like
together.
Cell phone. Like, if you're watching my abysmal content, like, I feel sorry for you.
No, Beardson.
It's sad, man.
All right,
Is that right?
Really, really sad.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but I just don't. I don't
All
really
you
see
do
any
is put
benefit
people
that
down.
you offer to here. Like, again, I think the
Keep
only
working with us.
benefit that you would offer to America First is like mining the coal to keep the generators running, so we can have electricity to live stream.
Oh man.
Okay, man.
Got him. Go ahead.
Are you inebriated right now by chance?
Objection.
Yep.
Say that again.
Are you inebriated? Do you know what that means?
Do you have Are you autistic, man?
Do you know what inebriated means? It's drunk. Are you drunk right now?
Are you drunk right now?
A little bit. Are you?
No, I'm not.
Are you sure? Because I don't think you didn't even know what the word inebriated mean. Like
No, I couldn't understand what. I didn't hear the word.
Oh, is that what it was? Inebriated?
No, I mean he instantly said projection, so he clearly understood.
Yeah.
I don't even know why he said that there. I don't know, but whatever.
A word that I've said, but I said the
Let's
word
see you do some
inebriated.
IRL, man. Let's see you do some IRL stuff.
No. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. I'm gonna continue to be successful and continue to push this movement forward right here in my fucking chair. Let's see.
Off a cliff.
Let's see. Hey, let's see you do some IRL. Oh wait, you can't because you have an ankle monitor on because you got a DUI.
Christ is king, everybody.
Yeah, continue to use Christ and blaspheme and try to use him and deflect against any
Come on.
Hypocrites, man. How dare he do that?
That's
Really?
like beyond the pale, bro. That's just beyond. Like, balls, man.
Yeah, hypocrisy. Thy name is Beardson Beardley. It's Matt Evans. Fuck this guy, man. He's literally doing the exact same thing that he's accusing him of. He hides behind the Christ is King AF shit, but he's literally wearing a shirt saying, "Don't talk to me, I'm drunk and high." You know, quoting fucking Rick and Morty theology, smoking a blunt, and drinking Bud Lights, getting drunk off of them, no less. This guy's a fucking clown. Unbelievable.
Oh shit, man.
Exactly.
No, I don't think so. I think, all you do is swear and put people down, man. I think you're here to sabotage this movement. You're not actually in this for the right reasons, man.
Those
To
are
be
right.
honest.
Ethan's preaching,
that's
man.
what it is. Because I've been around for like 6 years. How long have you been doing this? I'm just curious.
Why does that matter?
I just got started in 2020 to fight back against the mass, man. That's why I got started.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, because I've been doing this stuff since
Also,
like 2016.
Paul said to Timothy,
Doing
"Let
what?
no man despise your youth." You know.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. Oh, you're not experienced or you're too young. Like, in what world is that actually a requisite for anything? It's just completely. I don't know.
If anything, you've had more years to fuck up and do stupid shit. Like the longer.
Well, what is Beardson? What does the wise old man Beardson have to show for his 33 years on planet Earth?
Oh.
What does he have? Does he have a family, a loving wife? Does he have any friends? He said as much. He has no friends in person. His family's forsaken him. He's a man with absolutely nothing. He sacrificed his entire life and honor on the altar of content for a pittance. And his new house he's so fucking proud of is a little shithole apartment. It's barely bigger than an apartment with a chain link fence that he was so proud to show Louis Theroux. I mean, he's living in poverty. He's spiritually poor. He's not even a Catholic, talking all this shit. And he's got all these enemies. I would not want to be Beardson fucking Beardley with this, again, with the sword of Damocles over his head. All the men he's wronged and nothing to show for it. And he knows the moment Nick Fuentes gets even a shred of power, his ass is going in a ditch, man.
But Ryan, he has a Toyota Prius.
Oh, man.
It's convertible.
Unreal.
It's actually a Solara. People complain. They're like, you're spreading disinfo. I'm like, I think the Prius is funnier than a Solara because most people don't know what a Solara is. Now, if you actually know what the Solara is, it is funnier. It's like a fucking convertible Toyota that was discontinued in 2009. The only people still driving Toyota Solaras fucking live in them. Okay? But I don't know. I just think it's funnier if he has a fucking Prius. That's just me. But, that's I'm playing fast and loose with the truth there, folks.
Since then.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I know. I'm better than you.
Why would anybody associate with someone like you that swears and puts people down? Really sad.
Go ahead.
You care to elaborate? You fucking no.
What do you have to elaborate on
Dude, you're
there? It's like,
horrible for this movie.
You know, like what?
Just just
these
total
truths are
scumbag.
self-evident, you know?
Oh,
Holy
man.
shit.
Stop
that right?
swearing.
Fuck you.
Stop swearing, dude.
Fuck you. That it? Is that all you got? You fucking pussy?
You got anything else?
Yeah, you're a pussy. Fuck you.
Unreal, man.
You're bad. You're bad for this whole movement, man.
Yeah, you can keep repeating yourself, but guess
I mean,
what?
hats off to Ethan for
think
having,
he is, me too.
you know, the spiritual strength to just take the upper hand while this subhuman is like spitting bile at him from behind
Like
his
20
his
for like
webcam.
20 minutes straight.
Yeah, exactly. It's embarrassing. As the Sigma male theme keeps looping, as like his little toadies give him money, they use mommy's credit card to pay this scumbag. You know, it's just unreal, man.
That's
don't.
ruthless.
Literally nobody agrees with
You don't want to be in your age, by the way, there, folks.
Nobody agrees with you. I have. Oh yeah, you just got banned from AFCraft too. Sorry, hate to break that.
You guys
to
are a cult, man. This is
Yeah,
you guys
we
are
are.
so cult.
Man, banned it from the Minecraft server. Even that's crazy.
That's
Oh
harsh,
no!
man.
Imagine being banned from the AF.
Oh, it's funny. I'm not even banned from the AF server. I mean, I pointed it out. I'm sure some vindictive is probably going to go and do it now. But it's just like, imagine how childish your worldview has to be. That one, as a 33-year-old man, you know, my father was already a dad for like 5 years at that point. You know, he was raising a son, bringing home the bacon. This guy's 33 years old, empty nester, but not because his kids are in college, but because his barren wife left him because he didn't provide her with children. Ooh. And he thinks that telling this guy, Ethan Schmidt, that being banned from the Minecraft servers, any sort of own, just shows you how much of a fucking joke this guy is. But also imagine how vindictive you have to be.
I was hoping it was like he was banned from like an event or something of the Minecraft server. Like, all right.
This is the equivalent of having your name removed from the Book of Life in America First terms. Like, we take you away from the AF Minecraft server. You're forever shamed, in exile.
By the way, I did watch a trailer for the AF Minecraft server. I can't find it for the life of me. If someone has it, please send it over. But it showed like there's like a picture, like a shrine of Nick Fuentes, like built out of Minecraft blocks. And there's like a movie room where you go in and you chill with your Minecraft buddies and watch America First. Like on a projector in Minecraft.
Holy shit.
So good.
That's why we're going to win, because you don't want to work with other people.
No, I just don't want to work with you. I mean, we're working with plenty of other people. We're just not working with you because you're
going to compete with him.
We should make a Kino Casino, a casino Minecraft server.
Oh God.
I will never do that, by the way. No one asked me.
Pussy.
No one asked me, for the love of God.
You guys are
pussy.
I tried to work with you guys, but you know.
Black Goat sent $3.
Go back to the mines.
On this call.
You got him.
Follow me on Telegram, guys.
No.
Beardson didn't show up to 76.
Telegram.
Beardson didn't show up to 76. Beardson did not set foot in Arizona, by the way, because he knows that Ethan Schmidt is lurking in the woods of Arizona outside 76 Fest. He doesn't want to dare crossing this guy.
Ethan's already got a record for a DUI, so there's not that much for him to lose to just beat Beardson's ass senseless.
Yeah,
honest.
No.
Again, I would not want to be this guy with all these enemies, man. This guy is playing with fire. It's crazy.
At all.
Yeah.
No. Don't promote him at all. No.
Loser, guys.
Yeah, no. Yeah, hey.
He's lucky all these
which one of us
guys
has
are bigger men than he will ever be. You know, this guy is so calm and chill.
Yeah.
Hey, which one of us has an ankle
mines if he's? How could he go back to the mines if he banned him from Minecraft? This doesn't even make sense.
What's he gonna do with his pickaxe now that he can't go to the mines anymore, Beardson?
Oh,
is Beardson worried he's gonna get the fucking Leon Trotsky treatment? You know, he thinks he's like leader of the Red Army. He's going to war against all the enemies of the revolution. Well, what happens when Stalin takes power? Hey, if Nick is Lenin and we got fucking Beardson Beerley, who's Leon Trotsky, let's not forget they kind of look a little similar, right? What happens when Stalin shows up?
Useful idiots.
Yeah.
They get lined up against the
monitor on. Hey, which one of us has an ankle monitor on right now? Is it me or you? Last I checked, you have an ankle monitor on. Is that right?
Your wife left you, bro.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
It's so simple, but it's such a ruthless burn.
It is.
No, it's
Congratulations.
It's so harsh.
What else you got? You have an ankle monitor. You have an ankle monitor on because you got a DUI because you're trailer trash.
Only to Christ sent $3.
I'm trailer trash.
Yeah, you got a DUI.
You got anything else, man?
How does
What else
that
you
make
got?
him trailer trash?
I'm trailer trash.
Yeah, you are. You're trailer trash. You're literally trailer trash.
See, I'm not good at coming up with
Words,
with,
sentences,
good,
coherent
Look up
thoughts. Yeah,
pictures
none of
of
that.
Beardson's house, by
Content,
the
none of
way.
it.
Like he could.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not good at any of that.
Good installs because I'm not a horrible person like you are.
Yeah. No, yeah, but you have an ankle monitor on because you have a DUI.
He's bad for the movie.
You want to talk about being a horrible person? You know what's horrible?
You're just a loudmouth, bro. You're just a loudmouth.
You're a person that drinks and drives and gets DUIs and has an ankle monitor on.
Your wife left you, man.
You have a ankle monitor. I mean, 'cause you got a DUI.
That's not.
Why'd
That's
you
not even
drink
like
and drive?
equivalent at all.
Why'd your wife?
Why'd
leave
you drink and drive?
Why'd your wife
Why'd you
leave
drink and drive?
All right. Would you
Why'd
rather be
you
the
drink and
Chad drunk driver or like the virgin cuckold? You know, like seriously.
Whoa.
I don't know, the Chad drunk driver.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Would you rather be Ethan, the coal miner, or would you rather be Beardson, whose wife is a coal? I don't know.
Burner.
Man.
Oh
I don't know.
no!
Drive.
Mode shit from Ryan.
Why'd you drive? Why do you have an ankle monitor on? Why do you have an ankle? Why do you have an ankle monitor on? Why do you have an ankle monitor on?
Black Goat sent $3.
Why'd your wife
Why do you have an
Please
ankle
reach
monitor
out for
on?
Dalton to come get on this
Why'd your
bitchin'
wife-
about
Why do you
it.
have an ankle monitor on? You have anything else to say, you fucking pussy, or are you just gonna continue to be a couch chasing little goblin pussy white? Is that what you're gonna do?
Whoa, no, Beardson,
You mad?
stop.
Oh yeah.
He was
period.
doing so
You got me.
well. It was like the
Are you
whole
drunk?
5
Are you
minutes
drunk?
since he dropped.
Are you drunk?
You mad?
Are you drunk?
Van sent 25.
Are
you drunk?
LOL.
You're a fucking nobody, and you want to sit here and pretend like you're somebody, and you're not, and you never will be.
Here, I'll leave you playing. I have to
The
use
only
bathroom
time you're ever
again.
gonna make a
Pardon
name for
me.
yourself is when you get a job, and maybe you'll get a promotion, hitting the bigger rocks in the mine with the pickaxe, okay? Because you are a knuckle dragging, low IQ.
Dude, I've been a front page world star.
I'm done. Okay, you know what? I'm about to go off here from the chat for just a second. No Dalton, no peace. No Dalton, no peace. If you guys want Dalton, so bad, then go listen to a Dalton stream. This is my content. I'm handling it perfectly, and I'm gonna do it. If you guys want to listen to Dalton do this shit, then he can go do it. Okay? Don't watch my streams, you. No offense to Dalton, I love Dalton to death, but I'm handling this shit better than anybody else that ever could. This is my domain. This is my content. And if you want to sit there and spam Dalton in the chat, then go watch Dalton. Unfollow me right now. Fuck you.
Cringe.
It is crazy. That's unbelievable.
I hope Dalton hears.
It's
this and
unbelievable.
knows how
It's
threatened
absolutely
Beardson is by
unbelievable.
him.
I'm not fucking dealing with this shit. Oh, we want Dalton. Then go watch Dalton. You fucking. This is my content. This is my show. This is my channel. I'll bring on whoever the fuck I want to bring on. Okay? You guys don't get to dictate who I bring on and who I don't. I'm tired of this shit, man. You think Dalton could have done that better than me? Then go watch him. I handled it better than anybody ever fucking could because I'm the fucking king of confrontation here, okay?
Oh my god.
Yeah, no offense to Dalton, but
I'm sure that's
he's not
what
gonna
the
be able to
divorce
handle that
papers
better than
say.
me. I've been doing this shit for 6 years. You're not gonna sit there and super chat me and be like, "Oh, we want Dalton. Fuck you."
Is it really a
I'm not
brag
good enough
that
to-
you've been an online irony streamer for 6 years? Is that really like known? Is that really something to be proud of? A feather in your cap?
Fucking unfollow me and leave.
Pooh Vibe sent $3.
Mind your own fucking business.
Oh no.
Pooh Vibe, by the way.
It's Pooh Vibe. We talked about it in the last show.
Pooh Vibe. Beardson stole his waifu. Or he started banning people. I don't.
Doing your content.
Oh, you're cutting out your mic.
I'm going to the restroom real quick, gentlemen.
All right, we're almost.
Right back.
We're almost.
Yeah, do it up. It's just 5 seconds left.
You
but,
get to dictate the content, but not today.
Okay.
Holy, remind me to not drink 10 bottles of water during our show anymore. Holy, I was holding it in for a while too, dude. Holy.
Well,
hydration.
we want to quickly. Oh, there's 5 seconds left. Well, Culture War Criminal is gone. Shall we go to like some lowbrow shit and see Alice's new boyfriend?